everybody.
Or nobody.
Or nobody.
I don't know if you guys are here yet.
Probably nobody. We're just going to have the chat like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, how do you do? How do you do?
You can just not talk till somebody shows up.
I could, but that'd be weird. You're supposed to talk, even if no one's there. Art. That's streaming 101. Oh,
no,
that's
I mean,
me.
Seriously, there's like nobody there.
You're nobody. Nope, Great Hercules is there. Hi, man.
Oh, hello.
I'm trying to say nobody there. I'm going to have my chat up. So, right now, we're going to make a couple of bodies. One is going to be pretty much this one that we've already made. Art and I did this pattern a while ago for a separate project, but it actually fits for this project as well. So we're just going to make another one of these with a little squishy pookie pookie belly. Pookie pookie. It's super cute.
Yeah, we have literally, this is like for a client. We have to make something, so it'd be better. We thought it'd be better if we just streamed it, because then we'd actually stay on track, because we get distracted by video games or TV or discussions about something else.
Literally anything else other than.
But the funny thing is, we wasted like 3 hours trying to set all this up with the lights and set up the OBS. So I don't know if we actually, you know, was.
Well, we just got all of it out of the way.
But you guys get to hang out. If you guys are not doing anything, we can kind of see how we build puppets.
Yeah. Hey Rom, hey Kit Sander, how's it going, guys?
Can you hear us okay?
Huh?
Let us know, because we decided to opt not to plug in regular audio right now because it's going to take more time. But we're using the webcam audio. We'll see how that sounds. I don't know. You guys let us know. If it's awful, I'll take a break and plug in real audio. But
yeah,
we'll see. We figured it wasn't that necessary to be super.
It's
clean.
slapdash. This isn't a show. This is just watch us do some shit. Bloop-a-doop. Hey, Doggy Colors. Yeah, me too. But you know he's off work today. Oh, good. Daskid5 says audio is good. Also, hello, Daskid5. So
hey, the chat's not showing up on the side over here.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh well.
Well,
you have it. We initially were going to give you guys a little slot in the corner there. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with foam, this is L200. It's a little denser than most of the stuff that we use, so it's the difference between that and then super squishy.
That's dry fast foam.
Yeah, it's dry fast foam, Scott foam, reticulated foam, it's got a million names. It's good stuff. This is strictly L200. So what we're going to do... Oh, you know what I don't have?
What?
Sharpie.
Oh. I have Twitch Sharpies.
Ooh. How legit. Oh, there's one of my fanny pack from Twitch.
So this is the other foam you can use. You can get that from Joann's or whatever fabric store. Usually it's green foam. Which arguably is sometimes better, sometimes not. The Scott foam, the dry fast foam, it tends to be just move nicer, but this one tends to last a little longer. So it's a give and take.
True. So, Rev RB asks, so one must ask, what's it cost to get a custom puppet made? It depends on the complexity of the puppet, and I think it also depends on, like, what you really want. Because, like, if you just want, like, a whatever puppet that doesn't have to perform particularly well, like, if you just, like a puppet, you want a puppet, you probably get one cheaper. But if you want to make, like, a professional puppet that has to function at a certain level, and you're looking in, like, the $1,500 range usually.
Yeah.
Like, anywhere from, like, $1,000 to, like, $3,000.
I think making puppets is like asking somebody to paint you something. Hey, can you make a painting? Well, somebody might do it for $50, somebody might do it for $1,000. Generally, I would say if you want like a nice puppet, save up $1,000, and then maybe you get a better deal. So, but you definitely can get, like, if you just want to play with something, want to get started, you can definitely find like $100 puppet on eBay that is probably good enough for you to like get started with. If it's one of those things, if you start doing more stuff and you feel like you want to learn better, get a better puppet, then you can kind of work your way up there. Like, you know, like with streaming, the same thing. You can just stream with a webcam, but like, you know, if you want to stream better stuff, you can get better. But
yeah,
I would say a decently like nice puppet, like around roughly $1,000, would probably, if you're having somebody pay for it. That's why I think we learned to make our own, because I really don't feel like paying people to make my puppets. So if you would, I would recommend learning, because there's a lot of resources out there, and it's difficult, but it's not super difficult. Like once you build one or two, you get it, and then It's just a matter of keep building. I think the hardest part is patterning, creating patterns, is the most difficult part. So if you go online and you look for puppet patterns, if you can find one, all you do is copy them, and then you're pretty set on that.
Yeah. So we're doing this is one, right? This time.
Yeah, that's gonna be one. Was I doing something? Oh, I was printing that other pattern out.
Huh. Basket 5 has an interesting question. How much would chunk and cucumber cost? I don't know. I think if I was building cucumber for somebody else, I think he would be like $800. He's not that complicated. Materials are mid-range. Like I didn't use a better fabric when I could have. I didn't use better foam when I could have. But I think the rebuild, or not the current rebuild, but the rebuild after that would be probably like a $1,500-$1,600 puppet.
Yeah, Chunk would be pretty on the cheap too, because Chunk is really old. Chunk is over 10 years old, maybe. I built him a really long time ago, and like we just needed a puppet, and I happened to use him, and I've used him as a character before, and now I'm like stuck with him. So he probably would be not that expensive either, because it's cheap fur. That's why Chunk and Cucumber are eventually gonna get rebuilt. And he's super simple. Like if you saw what we're building, if you see what we're building today, Chunk is so much more simple than what we're doing today. His body is basically just a chubby tube. Inside his head, he only has a little like foam skull. He doesn't actually have like full foam head like Cucumber does.
Yeah.
So he's basically kind of empty. He's like halfway between a sock puppet. Because of the fur, you don't need that much structure, because the fur hides a lot of that. So you can actually just get away with just maybe having just a little dome on the top of the head to hold that shape, and everything else can be just the fur. Which is kind of cool, because it makes him super light. That's why I can make a lot of faces with him and do a lot of stuff like that.
Oh, Goobs has made one.
Oh, cool.
So his pattern was the hardest thing when making kibble. Still not done yet, making blinking mechanisms. Nice. I would like blinks on a future puppet myself.
That's
right.
neighbor.
Loud neighbor. Trying to be economical here. I forgot. We were going to try and wrap this all the way around, huh? I think even the sides is one piece, or no?
No, just the back. Yeah,
just the back.
Separate. Just the back. Because we have to deal with that front on its own.
Right.
Do you want to cut out and build the rest of it before? Oh no, because this was going to be straight out. That's the
Yeah,
same.
this is just a duplicate.
This is the duplicate of that. Oh, back to what I was doing. The chat showed up for a second and then it didn't.
Well, that's weird. I'm really bad at being economical with foam. I get yelled about that all the time. So this is probably not the best way to lay out and save foam. I'm doing my best. I didn't see that comment from before. What's up?
Oh no, that was right. Hold on, I'm doing something. Sorry. What was the comment?
It was from earlier. It was Rep RB saying, "Oh, so somewhere between $1,000 and Farscape."
I'm gonna be down here, so I can talk to you guys too. Ba-da-da. So I'm at the laptop. I'm doing. Oh.
What's up?
Do you want to talk about the lights?
Oh yeah. So yeah, you're seeing our beautiful faces because somebody was kind enough to send us 2 of the lights that were on our wish list.
That
So,
one.
Oh yeah. You have stared straight into the light, everybody.
And that one.
Oh, you got a picture in picture.
Yeah, a picture. And that was. Hold on.
They're right there. In
Oh.
front of the TV.
It was from Ding's song.
Dang's. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Oh, Dang's son won.
Dang's son won.
Thank you so much. Seriously.
These showed up today, and we're really thankful for them because we needed them.
Yeah.
Because we have one good light. The other ones are kind of okay lights, but these are great. And because we actually want to keep a lot of the lighting we use. It's stuff that I use for work and filming. So I have to so we actually want to have some of this stuff that we actually just keep set up all the time in the perception check set. Thank you so much, and we'll mention it again. And currently, if you guys look at the bottom, we have our current goal is some capture cards that we want to get because Danny and I are happily stuck with our Macs, so we're slightly limited on the stuff that we can use. So, because our ultimate goal is to make sure that we have capture cards at Ryan's to do the show, regular perception check, and then each of us have a capture card at our own place so that we can stream more video game stuff. I mean, we'd be happy with one, but we'd like to be able to hopefully buy another one so we can do more streams independently, and then we don't have to run around shifting equipment all the time, which would mean that way we can be on more often.
Yeah.
So, Duskin says hashtag build a PC. I know that is also the other goal, but the cheaper goal was to get a capture card to get us going.
So we can use what we have.
So we use what we have. But yes, my other goal is to actually buy a PC. I work on Macs and I edit and stuff on Macs, so I'm comfortable with that. But I do want a PC to run streaming stuff.
Same.
So I could just have a streaming PC is the goal.
That I really want to play Cuphead.
Yeah. So yes. Reb says I have a small stack of PCIe Blackmagic HDMI capture cards somewhere. Yeah, we're looking at getting the Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle. We're getting those because they have the pass-through, the HDMI pass-through, so we can actually go into the cards and then back out to the TV so we can play the video games. In the future, for camera stuff, like strictly just putting cameras into a computer, we're gonna probably get the little Blackmagic. I forgot what they're called, but they're tiny because they take up much less space and they're cheaper, and because we don't need a pass-through. But for the video games, we do need a pass-through so we can connect it to the TV. Oh, you know what sucks? I wonder if going through the card, I'll be able to still do 4K to my TV because I don't know if the card will pass through 4K or not. Because I have PlayStation Pro. That's gonna suck. Duska says Cuphead is hard as fuck.
I know.
Also, Kid Santa said the chat is showing up on the bottom right, but it fades out after like 5 seconds of something being said.
Oh,
so that might be a
setting.
setting. Ooh, good idea. Let me go check on that. Oh, I was gonna turn off the second camera.
Yeah. Alright. And we're gonna do the shoulders and
back
chest
here.
this one piece as well. I think. Well, only one of these will work, so let's connect it to the front. Alright. Let's do last one before slicey slice. Twitch pen. Lippity.
Faster. What's that? What kind of Mac is it for? We have MacBook Pros. I have a 2015 MacBook Pro. Danny has the new MacBook Pro, which is really cool looking, but it's slightly useless because it's missing some parts.
No, mine is better. Oh, you mean parts from other?
Like, well, you only have USB.
I don't know any different. Oh, that's fine. I got used to it.
Yeah, you're fine.
I stopped being.
For me, I need the SD card reader and stuff,
yeah.
So like that would suck not to have
like
this.
a little port thing.
Yeah, I mean that's not the answer, but I like having that there.
Oh, the chat has updated. Oh, fuck.
Hello, Soja Rules 48.
Hey, Soja. Alright, I need... I'm so mad. Yeah, sorry, do you have razor blades?
Oh, yeah. Red, yeah.
Oh wait, I have a box.
Red Red says the pass-through is limited by the capture resolution. So if you capture at 1080, that's what the pass-through will be. Oh, I have a PlayStation Pro. No, I mean I guess I can like play by myself one at 4K. You need to really get home.
Yeah, I had an awesome like foldable razor blade knife, and I left it at home because I couldn't. Well, I just couldn't find it. Used to be in my little. It's my little emergency puppeting kit. Anyway. No, not important.
Please don't mark up my table.
Alright.
Amber will yell at you.
Alright. Oh, this one's little.
You're
I feel like I'm gonna kill it.
Nah, I'd be fine. You don't need that much pressure. If it's, you should just be able to. Oh yeah, please don't hack at the foam. Please. Okay, you guys are about to learn how not to slice foam.
Yep, just watch me. Well, how deep is it? Okay, one more, and this isn't gonna just break on me?
No. You don't push super hard. So you want to like when you're cutting the foam, you want to make sure that normally you will go at a 90-degree angle, so that when you cut, you don't get like angles in the foam.
I suck at that.
And then you want to make sure that you don't like hack. You just kind of go straight. You should try to be like cutting butter, just straight through.
Fuck your cutting butter. I'm just trying to get this all off in this one edge, so.
Okay.
Alright. Let me use mine. We're just using box cutters.
I didn't cut all the way through.
Please allow me! Stabby, stabby. Nope. Locky, locky.
Danny said the P words. Yeah, we don't care. Chunk of Cucumber have issues with them.
Yeah, they're sensitive.
We don't mind the puppet word. It's Panda says, I always cut my foam at an angle. And then a cry face. I don't think he was kidding. Oh, hey, Panda just subscribed. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the sub.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Subby, subby, sub. Subby, sub, sub.
I
Subby,
like-
subby, 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 sub, sub, sub. Happy Twiz. Doop, doop, doo doo doop, doop, doo doo doop, doop. Alright, I'm gonna kick this L200 off of the table for the moment. 'Cause it's in the way. And I'm gonna switch to your beautiful little box cutter because it's cuter.
There we go. I fixed the chat.
Yay!
Yeah, I fixed it.
I cut foam board to make foam board game inserts. Nice! Edges are always slanted. Oh yeah, man. I love those foam cutters, Daskid 5. I don't have one. I know you can, like, Ryan made one, right? With like
The
a
foam
9
cutters?
volt. Yeah.
Oh, I have one
Oh,
somewhere.
it was yours.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I guess if you have a good one, it's good.
Yeah. See, I like board game inserts. I'm gonna need one soon.
Oh, well, Ryan has that CNC machine. He could just cut out like foam inserts for stuff.
Oh yeah. What the fuck? How do you lock it on this?
That lock might be broken.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I think it's broken. I have another one.
Okay.
Somewhere. Oh, I have these blades. This is what I like cutting with. Oh wait, you can use those blades in your box cutter. I have a ton of them.
Use these in this.
Oh no.
In my other one. In my
cut-
knife.
If
I'll
you use
the
these,
blade.
you just use my hand because these are super sharp. That's kind of the other way to do it, is to just to get a bunch of blades, and then you cut for like a little bit, and that way you don't get these jaggy edges, because that's a dull blade. And so you, like every few cuts, once it starts dragging, you just throw it away because these actually come at the bottom. You just stick it back on the top, so you can use fresh ones, fresh blades each time. There's these blades that what are they for? Like beauty supplies.
Barber.
Barber.
Yeah, Persona blades.
Persona blades, and that's what a lot of people use. which is great because they're super sharp. But then they're kind of expensive, so you go through a lot of them. So I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like getting paid for like a job and you want to work faster. Then maybe. But this pack is like 20 or 30 bucks, but it's lasting me forever. It has 100 blades. So
Pete asks, just how much craft stuff does Ryan have? He seems to have everything.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's a workshop. It was a workshop before it was anything else, so they've got all kinds of stuff in there.
Oh, we got the other photos, the profile photos.
The what? Oh fuck me. Hold on. Doop 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 doop. Rev Harvey again asks, what about a hot wire cutter? Don't have one, but yeah, they work. They work really well with this stuff.
Kinda. I personally like the blades better.
Yeah.
Although the wire hot wire cutter would be good for like really intricate cuts where you have to kind of move around.
Yeah, like for when I have to do this.
Yeah.
Pete asks, what will this puppet be for? This is actually for a commission. So we've been hired to build a couple for somebody, one of our friends. And
Yeah. So I don't know if we can say it what it is for, but you will see it at some point.
Yeah.
I was told that it's for a video, it's for a YouTube thing. I might possibly be filming it. Maybe. It was suggested that I might. I don't know. But yeah, as soon as it gets posted or when we start working on it, or once we're allowed to, we'll post pictures and you guys can see what these end up being.
Yeah, it's gonna be bare bones today.
Yeah, we might have to do this in a few. Yeah, we're definitely not finishing today.
There's no.
Especially because I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. Oh, for YouTube, yes.
Yup. I mean, not for like YouTube, the company.
No, but like
someone we know who utilizes YouTube very well and is way more famous than we'll ever be.
How long does it take to make one puppet?
It's like 120 hours non-stop, like if you didn't take any breaks, I think. But then again, it always depends on complexity. Like these guys are actually going to be pretty quick because they're simpler, but it just depends on what you need to do, what you want it to look like. The more bends and twists and stuff you have in the design, the more time it's going to take the pattern, the more time it's going to take the build and glue, and then you have to do the pattern for the
yeah, I'd say these puppets are going to take us maybe like 20 hours each, maybe less, like 20 hours each, I would say. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
We don't make these often enough that I have a good sense of how long a puppet takes. We like to build puppets for people, but we don't function too much as puppet builders. And we have friends who actually that is their job, is to build puppets. It's what they do 100% of the time. But we just kind of build puppets because we can, or we learn how to do it.
Nope.
People ask us because they know we've made our own puppets and we've made puppets before, so they ask us. But we don't always run. I think we want to. I would like to, I guess. But we haven't been able to focus on building a business doing it, so I would just take commissions as they come.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Rev says, if I have a stuffed animal that I want to convert into a puppet, I'm assuming that is more expensive due to needing to reverse engineer it. Yes, but I also wouldn't recommend doing that. I would say I'd like it to look something like this, and then send that to a builder, or, like take inspiration from it. But most stuffed animals aren't designed to move in the way that you need a puppet to move. So you're gonna have to alter something in there beyond just copying a pattern.
It would be more difficult to try to do that, to reverse engineer something, it would be easier to just start from scratch. Or take that stuffed animal and maybe get patterns out of it, like if you disassembled it, and just get patterns and then build a new puppet based on those patterns. Would probably be easier than trying to put it back together. Yeah, because they're not built the same way. Hold
on. Let's see what other questions. How long? Soja asks, how long does it take to find a voice to fit the puppet? Sometimes instantaneously. Sometimes it takes more time. Sometimes you fuck around, or like you find a voice you really like, and you decide, well, that hurts, so you have to go do something else.
We're so non-committal with our answers.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. There's no one right answer for any of these questions.
I don't think I found like what a chunk voice till we started this specifically. I've been using his voice for a long time, and he's been in other things, as you guys discovered on YouTube. But like it's kind of mixed around a little bit, and it's fluctuated. I think it was once we started doing the D&D thing that I felt like I locked a voice down for him, because where I placed him before in my voice in my head. It wasn't comfortable. It was kind of painful, but I feel now that it's sort of in a place where it just feels like natural. At least for me, I always feel like I have to have a puppet in my hand before I can actually try to attempt to do a voice.
Same. Yeah, like for me, it's a lot of like, okay, how does its jaw move? What does it look like? Can it do like lip stuff, or like can it frown or whatever? Because that'll inform. Because it's like those mouth shapes are what informs my brain to like what it's going to sound like. Mm-hmm. So that's why Cucumber is so like because his mouth is like a big flappy thing.
Yeah. So I think it'd be safe to say that once we put a puppet on, we can almost get something out pretty quick.
Yeah.
It might not be the thing that we stick with, but I feel like we always get right down to like something because we start playing with it.
And then I've also found if you're doing it for somebody else, you'll probably not do a voice that you enjoy, but other people like it. Because I'll go in with like this thing looks like this. This is what it should sound like, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Pete Way says even on D&D, it took a few episodes for you to set on the chunk voice. Yeah. Because I had never been used to it doing his voice for long periods of time. As always when we did filming on things, and I'd say 1 or 2 lines, so I never actually placed him somewhere comfortable. When I was super comfortable, I could do it for hours, and and my voice doesn't get really tired that much as it did before. It's Panda says Cucumber should have a non-functional Zack puppet on his hand sometime. Oh, Pete Wiz also asked, how long did it take to make Chunk Cucumber versus the ones you used at Disney? The ones we used at Disney were infinitely like ridiculously complicated.
Yeah.
And those
everything was like vacuum formed, individually machined.
They were on a technical level, they were very beautiful puppets. But yeah, they were just overly engineered, so they didn't move very well and overly complicated at times. Like if you were to open one and look at the foam pattern inside, it was these crazy patterns because they wanted these like exact shapes. The part where you put your hand and you move, it's called a mouth plate. Those were super complicated. They would be like shaped. They would have little things that were shaped like where your fingers would go, and they'd have a pulley mechanism so you could blink the eyes. So those took months to build and a lot of money to build because they did a lot of work on them. I think all those puppets were anywhere from like $10,000 to $50,000 a puppet on average. There were some puppets that were more expensive than that, and a few puppets that were a little cheaper than that. But generally, they were the price of a car.
Yeah, and then there were other puppets from an earlier version of the show that were the cost of a house, like insane. But those were better. Those were better puppets that worked. So how experienced were you at D&D before Perception Check and Hyper? Well, I played as often as I could. We had a game going for a little bit. We played maybe 3 or 4 times, and then I played the Star Wars RPG with another group of friends of mine. That actually included Kim. We started playing Star Wars before she got over on Hyper herself, and then what else? I mean, I really enjoy RPGs. The trick to them is just getting people in the same space because you can't. It's really hard to gather a party to play. That's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like probably Ryan and I knew the most. I think Amber, it was really funny because Amber was really like nervous about playing it at first, but then she took to it like a duck to water. Like she really.
Well, yeah, 'cause she's really good at like making up things off the top of her head.
Yeah.
Do you want to put this down? Move your tap your thing sideways, and then put this one down so we can cover the entire table.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I played a little bit. I played when I was a kid, like in middle school, but I was kind of, the way it worked out, we bought the starter set, and then my friend said, here, read the book, learn it. And then
And you're like, nope.
And then so I did, and so I was game master for a little while as a kid. But it didn't last long. Dropping things. I just want to, do you want that edge? Do you want to?
Sure.
Or do you?
Yeah, I'll take this edge because I gotta push down more.
Okay, can I just put this underneath it so so we know what the edge is?
You're all good.
There we go.
Can I have the phone and the water?
Oh my god.
I can't get out.
Amber's gonna be home soon. She's gonna be very disappointed at all the mess you've made.
It wasn't just me. Hey, Red Rum Queen! She can't stay long because she's on break at work. Lenny asked, do you guys ever argue after Cucumber and Chunk argue? I think we have discussions sometimes. We check in to make sure, to see how mad we actually are at each other, or how annoyed or whatever, but no, I think we get along way better than those two do. And Nerd says, watching this channel is like watching my parents wrap the presents Santa brings me. The illusion is ruined. Sorry. I just figured it'd be interesting for folks to see this happen. We don't get to see it very often. Garbage.
Yeah, and I feel like the reason I got into puppets and puppet building is because I saw things like this when I was a kid. Like I got to see things being made, or made me interested in it. If it hadn't been for that, I don't think I would have been.
Yeah, I think behind the scenes is a huge thing because it shows you that it's possible. But the thing is, it's like everyone's like, it ruins the magic. No, I'm like, that is the magic. Somebody made that shit with their hands. Like that's why I love it. That's the coolest thing in the world to me. That's why it's like I've seen the behind the scenes of Lord of the Rings more than I've seen Lord of the Rings, and I've seen Lord of the Rings a lot, like a lot. Because I just love watching people make shit.
Nerd.
Yep. Proud of it.
I'm the jock in the group. I don't know if you guys know
How
that.
sad is that?
I'm not the jock. I'm also a nerd.
Let's see. Always wanted to make a puppet, says Linny. Have you guys ever made puppets with eye blinks? Nope, I have not.
I feel like I
tried
don't need it.
Yeah.
I've never felt like I've needed eye blinks to make a puppet. Like, I don't know. It'd be neat, but I've never felt that necessity to want to do it, you know?
Oh, let's see. So it says, Danny, if you had a Freaky Friday moment and it wasn't with art, who would it be with from Hyper and why? Oh, like if I could switch bodies with somebody? I haven't watched Freaky Friday. I think that's what happens in that movie, right?
Yeah.
So if I could be someone else, let's see. Probably swap with like Iffy for a couple days.
Yeah.
Dude is strong. I don't know what it's like to be strong. I think that'd be awesome. And he's also super, super, super nice. I don't know. Anybody really. I think that experience alone is cool. Let's see. Pender says, sometimes I buy low-budget horror movies on Blu-ray just to watch the making of, since their budget is usually more in my realm of possibility. I own a lot of bad horror movies. Don't we all? Oh, man. I love bad horror movies. It is a wonderful pleasure of mine. Lenny says, that seems like it would be so much work. It is, but it's fun work. It's stuff you can make, so...
What work?
I think just making things that blink and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't pay off. I mean, for us, if I was a company and I had all the resources to do it, great. But for me personally, the payoff isn't worth the work.
Yeah. Let's see. So, Rev said, so I said it during the stream, Gia's delightfully batshit. How'd y'all meet her? How did she come to be part of the cast? Well, I met her first at... there was another puppet group. They've moved to Arizona now. They're called...
Nope, I met her first.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at an invention?
At a workshop. Not a workshop, but when she still was in attractions, like way.
Oh, shit.
I met her for like a one workshop, and then she left to the circus.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Well, no, I knew her then.
Oh, you knew her then?
Yeah, because she was in the show, and like she got the news she was leaving for the circus while we were in the show together. So around the same time.
Around the same time.
Yeah, it was before she quit the first time.
Disney. I mean.
Yeah, she worked at Disney, but I met her at a local theater, and we were doing a show called Hamlet Has No Legs, which was slapdash ridiculous, but very funny in parts. It was good. It was a fun show. And but yeah, so that group has moved on to Arizona. But yeah, Genevieve went off to the circus. She came back, and then she was puppeteered with us at Disney Junior. And
Yeah, so
she's
she
super funny.
That's why we met her. Became friends with her.
Yeah.
She was in the circus. Yeah, she was not surprised she was a clown in the circus.
Shocker.
If you guys look up images, look up Ringling. They used her a lot in a lot of their events and stuff. You'll spot her right away.
Yeah, press. She's always.
She's all over. She was all over the press, their press stuff, and especially anytime they were in Southern California. After she quit after she left the circus, she still did stuff with some every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you'll definitely find pictures of her in full clown makeup. Yeah, there's videos of her. She was really good.
Yeah. And if you don't know, oh no, never mind. We're not talking about that other thing. We're talking about the other thing.
Yeah.
She's a UCB person, so she actually understands comedy on an intellectual level that we don't. Let's see, Mr. Aro Tortuga says, "Wow, the pattern pieces are so small." Yeah, actually, most puppets are a lot smaller than you think you think they are, especially for functional sake. Because you don't need them to be big; you just zoom in on them.
Yeah, and like TV and film, they're always super tiny. I would suggest you guys go look up photos, like kind of watch videos of the Muppets, and then go watch photos of them next to people, like with people, like when they take selfies and stuff, and you'll realize how tiny they are.
Yeah.
How much more different. Puppets tend to be smaller.
Yeah, I mean it's kinder to the puppeteer, and I figure you only build as much as is necessary, so smaller is just better. Hi, Wookie Hammer, welcome. You're new here. So we're just saying hi.
Like Kermit, yeah, like Kermit. Kermit's super small.
Yeah, Kermit is fabric around a hand. It's nothing.
So Wookie person, Wookie Hammer. Just so you guys, we're London Puppets today, but normally we do on Wednesday nights, we do a stream where we play D&D with our two friends right there at the bottom of the screen, Chug the Cucumber. I invite you to go check out our past broadcast or YouTube, even just for a second so you know what we do. This is just our random, like, hey, we have a gig and we have to build some puppets. So we're building puppets.
Yeah. And on Monday nights, we're on Hyper RPG.
Yeah.
Also called Perception Check.
Yeah. So you guys watch that Monday nights on Hyper RPG. It's just been a lot of fun.
It's been great. Enjoyed it very much.
Do they
It says, "Oh, I'm normally at work when you guys are streaming." So I thought he's at work.
There you go.
Yeah. We usually don't do stuff during the day. What were you gonna say?
Have they announced a date or place for TwitchCon 2018 yet?
I haven't looked. I don't know. But we should bother. What's her face?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know, but this past TwitchCon, we got to do our show live on the Twitch present stage, which is really cool and it was really fun. So I'm hoping that we get to do that again.
So just says, "I was there Monday and Wednesday." Hashtag dedication. Thanks, man. Pete says they have not announced it.
Okay, cool. I'm really hoping it's Long Beach again because that was severely convenient.
Oh, hold up. Rogue Virus says something. We missed a question. Virus.
Getting fam, it's great, Rogue. How about you type it in again?
Yeah, sorry. You
Let us know.
might have to enter it again. I can't find it. If it was way at the beginning. Sorry, man. This my message. Read it and then tell me your wish. I don't know about wishes. Let's see. Oh, someone also asked another question that I missed. Soja asked, which one of you is Skinless Joe? Just curious. Spoilers.
I tried and I got a dirty look. I thought it was maybe one of those characters we were going to share if it'd be easier. Nope. Apparently it's all Danny. Mine was pretty good though.
Well.
Maybe Skinless Joe should get a girlfriend. Skinless Jane.
Skinless Jane. What would Skinless Jane sound like? Hey, Skinless Jane. Hey! Dang Son 1 is here. Or Dang Son 1. I don't know how to say your name. Thank you for the lights, man. We appreciate it. He says, were those the right
lady.
lights?
Or
yeah.
lady. Yeah, no, those are great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I was total surprised. The delivery guy came knocking. And I was like, I order a lot of stuff from Amazon. And I shouldn't. So I thought it was mine. And then I opened it and I was like, hey. Lights. So thank you so much. We're using them right now.
Yeah, actually,
that's what we're using. I'll show you. That's right there. And this. Right there. So we're testing them out because we really do like them. So just so you know what those are going to be part of now. Those are going to become the permanent fixtures for this studio / workshop / Ryan's garage. Because we want to be able to like set up quicker. Because currently we've been using lights, some not so good lights that I use for like filming, because they're small and I'm able to like run around with them. So these lights are gonna be they're studio use, so they'll be super helpful for us to just mount on the ceiling and leave, and they'll have a home. So that our setups will be much quicker, because it usually takes us like, for 7:30 shows we usually meet around 4:30 for setup. So we do that 2.5 hour stream plus 3 hours of setup. So it's a long day.
I might regret this. Rogue Virus says, "Greetings, fam. It is I, the Great Rogue, and in my possession I have all 7 Dragon Balls. Name your wish, and the Great Earth Dragon Shenron will grant it, but it will take time." I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wish for a Mac compatible capture card.
I mean, these like real wishes, or
I don't know. People talking dragons and shit. I don't know. Let's see. Red Run says, "Oh dang, I didn't realize it takes so long to set up." Yeah, it's a good chunk of time. It's usually a couple hours, and then when we think we're done, it's usually another half hour. Which is why we end up late sometimes.
What do we think? Things we're wishing for. Oh, okay, we'll just tell you the stuff that we're looking into that we like and that we'd want. We're looking into to improve our stream. We're looking into getting a new audio mixer, because what we have now it's fine. It's actually a decent mixer, but we don't have a compressor on it, and we really want a compressor. Might not mean anything to anybody, a lot of you, but we need a one that has a compressor just so we can make this sound a little bit better. So we're looking into getting a new mixer, and Amber's in the gym. Shouldn't you be at work?
Amber.
Aren't you working, Amber?
Red Roll Queen's at work too. Everybody's at work.
What else do we need? What are we getting? Oh, so we need the capture. We need those intensity shuttles from Blackmagic. We need 2 of those. What did you? Oh my! Wow!
I don't even know how that was possible, but I did it. Let's see.
What else have we been talking about?
I don't know.
Lights. We have lights, so that's great. Oh, we need like mounts to mount lights to the ceiling. We need some. Oh no, we're gonna get rid of the light stands. Mics were good. We're in the process of researching everything that we need, because we've been like slowly just trying to do a couple little things at a time so we don't get ahead of ourselves. But those are a couple of things that we're looking for. That's what you were asking, or were you asking like, ooh, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
I don't know. Let's see.
Send us a message if that makes sense. That makes sense.
Let's see. Rex705 says, "When they first played the ad on Hyper for the new Perception Check show, I was hooked instantly. Now I enjoy sending zombies and other crazy things." Well, thank you very much. Happy to do it. And Soja says, "When I first heard of Perception Check due to Hyper, I was not that interested. But now I'm hooked on the show since it's so great. Also, hi Amber." Yay. Aw, bye Red Run Queen. And turn back to work. Yay. Cough, Danny. Who's coughing? What's happening? The Mattcast says, "So, Demontu, I discovered Perception Check about a week ago. just by chance, and then today in the Discord I learned that I know your brother. Crazy, cool guy, and great musician. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, he is a cool guy and a crazy good musician. He's actually in the middle of doing an album right now.
Ooh.
He needs patrons so that he can do the thing. Yeah, I'm glad he's making something for himself. Very excited for that. Ah! Oh, let's see. Lenny says, so guys, what pieces of the puppet are you working on?
These two pieces are gonna come together to be a head.
Yep.
Which I will glue here. Let me get a fan.
Yay. I'm cutting out pieces for the body, the torso. Whoop, where'd it fell down somewhere. So basically, we're making another one of these. So this is a little torso. It's got a little bit of like a slouch here, so the head's gonna come out like a that. Oh, hello. Got a little squishy, happy tummy. So this piece is this piece. Armholes. Whoa.
Sorry.
Armholes. Yeah, nothing like hole. I have to cut this piece again because I fucked it up. And yeah.
Is Amber still in the chat?
I don't know. Amber, are you still in the chat? Matt Cass says, we hung out at Macworld a few years back. Tell him hi the next time you're talking. I will absolutely tell him hi.
Oh, I never got to go to Macworld.
Dude, Sam went like religiously.
I know, I wish I had to. I didn't realize that one day it would not be there anymore.
Amber is still in the chat.
Amber, Danny made a mess in the house. It's really messy when you get here.
I make a mess. I moved things from under the table to not under the table. And then I will put them back when I am done.
And extension cord.
Let's see. So Dharma says, so are there any other famous Montooth people? No, I don't think so. Well, my great-grandpa George co-invented the pin setter system for bowling. That's fun. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of our claim to fame. But I think everybody in the family is a little creative in your own ways. My sister does ASL. My other sister is a teacher. Brother also teaches music. Like, I'm the one who does this kind of wacky shit for a living. Ow. Hey guys, razor blades, sharp.
What's that blue bag that I brought me?
This one with the kibbles?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's gonna be probably there will be more puppet building streams, only because we have to finish these puppets. There's 2 puppets, and the other thing, check the key company updates.
Yes.
And Amber wants to build a puppet.
Yeah.
So Amber might be getting a puppet. In case you guys didn't know, Amber is also a puppeteer.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, the only non-puppeteers on Perception Check are Ryan and Kenny. Although Kenny really wants to learn how to puppeteer.
Yeah. Oh yeah?
Yeah. He keeps telling me when he can understudy or apprenticeship.
Yeah. I'll trade him for technical knowledge. Let's see. I didn't actually cut myself. I'm just chewing through my finger with the dull side. Don't know how that works.
Okay, so I'm gonna start gluing the head. We use contact cement. Normally you want to get some nicer contact cement. This is not the best. This is fine. But normally you want to use, you get this big tub of cement, but this works. Things about contact cement, you should be doing this in a well-ventilated room.
Hence the fan.
Hence the fan, and the door's right here, so it's going to get pushed out of the door. You just don't want to breathe this in a whole bunch. Yep, in the right place.
Let's see. Pete asks, what does Ryan do? Ryan works at stage manages and does a bunch of like techie stuff for a theater, and he also does sculpture stuff and
He went to
prop
school.
stuff.
Yeah, he went to school for like prop building stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then Pete also asks, updates to Chunk and Cucumber? Question mark. Yeah, for me, Cucumber is slightly too small for comfort, so I'm making them a little bit bigger. And this is like a middle version because I also want to make them out of better materials. So right now I still have a bunch of like the cheaper material, but I want to get better fabric for like version 3. So I'm working on version 2. Version 3 would be nice and have
Yeah.
extra little stuff.
Chunk's like 12 years old, something like that. So the inside of him is falling apart. Also, there was a one time where I spoke to Girl Scouts. I went to Girl Scouts and talked to them about puppetry, and for some reason I let all 50 Girl Scouts put their hands in Chunk,
Yeah.
and they destroyed the inside of him. So lesson learned.
Never trust Girl Scouts.
Well, at the time, Chunk was just some random puppet I had. It wasn't like a character. So he needs to get rid. I think he's gonna get refurbished first, so that the Chunk you know now is just gonna get cleaned up, and he's gonna get like new inside stuff that you probably won't notice.
Cucumber's gonna look weird for a while. I'm not gonna lie. There's no way around it.
And then eventually I'm gonna build a new one because we need more than one. Where do you get all Cucumber's vests?
Well, he's only got the one, but I got it at Target. Maybe close.
And eventually, Chunk, the one problem I had with Chunk is that everybody keeps calling him Grover or Cookie Monster. I mean, he looks more like Grover than he does Cookie Monster, but somebody just calls him Cookie Monster. But anyway, so I want to start differentiating him a little bit without messing with his design too much. So that's why he wears clothes. And that's why he might actually start going back to wearing glasses again. So, because I don't want him to not look like Chunk anymore. He just needs to look a little bit different.
I think the glasses are a good choice.
Yeah, I do like that. I just gotta get glasses that fit on him properly. Not so much the thin glasses, but bigger glasses.
Mm-hmm.
This smells awful. Yeah, he had. Lenny. When he became CEO of Hyper, I put glasses on him for a little bit, and he wore maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. He had glasses. Literally, glasses look just like mine.
Rev says same puppet, but give him frosted tips.
He'll probably start wearing glasses again. I just need to buy the right kind because the ones that they fit weird onto his face. Like the one big eye is too big for them. Yeah, if you guys don't know, we used to work with Lenny, 2002. She worked at the theater where we did our show.
Yeah.
So she got to watch us do a lot of stuff and be ridiculous. Oh, this one's not.
I'm gonna do that forever and ever now. That's dope.
What?
A little piece of foam.
Yeah.
I don't do that again. Boo, boo, boo.
Lenny's famous. Yep.
Rex says Chunk needs some stylish hats to go with his outfits. He has some.
I have one. I might get him a beanie. I think I want him to have little ears in all of his hoodies. We'll see, because I love the ears on him. But yes, hats. Hats are definitely in the... My front door's open, and I wonder if my neighbors are wondering what we're doing and thinking it's really weird. It's a weird audio noise that keeps happening. I have no idea.
That sounds like you want us to try, Amber.
Day 2 of puppet building. We'll get mic'd. It's just we wasted a lot of time setting the overlay and getting the notifications to show up. So we'll do that. Kibble wears glasses. So you should. So what do you, James? What are you doing with Kibble, or like what is it that? Tell us about your puppetry stuff. Like, are you just getting started? Have you done puppetry? Is there somewhere we can go look at stuff that you've done? Glasses, yeah. Glasses do make blinking difficult. I just always figured like Muppets never and Sesame Street never had blinking eyes, and they always looked like they were super alive. So it's like I've never needed one.
It's not necessary, but it's a fun toy.
Like if you guys have looked at something simple is better. Like I don't know if you guys seen the articulated heads that Disney uses, like the Mickey Mouse heads, the full costume characters that will actually talk and blink. When they first started trying to make those, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they tried making them, but they put in like ear wiggles and nose wiggles. They made this like super crazy head that like did all kinds of stuff, and they couldn't get to look good, and they didn't understand why. It was finally when Bear in the Big Blue House came along, and all he did was open mouth and his little eyelids blinked, or his little he blinked, and he did those two things, and they realized how easy and simple you could be. And that's how those after that those heads. They started working on those heads, so that all they do is blink and open their mouths. And so I think with puppetry, a lot of stuff, the simpler you are, the better. So for me, blinks, I think they would be good for me on certain puppets. It definitely is kind of cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Cucumber will never have blinks.
Yeah, neither would
look fucking gross and scary. Cucumber needs a full back tattoo, like he looks all sweet, and then off comes the shirt, and it's all hardcore Yakuza Russian lobster. Lenny, yup.
So when you guys put the contact cement on, you just let it air dry for a couple minutes. I'm gonna give it another minute or so. I don't know if it needs another coat.
Yeah, check
maybe a
me
little
some
bit.
of the L200 when you get the chance.
Huh?
Can you check me some of the L200 when you get the chance?
Oh, check.
Yeah.
They said check. Like
Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait, where's the protrusion?
Oh, cool. James, Scoops. Cool. There's a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you've seen the Stan Winston School of Puppetry or School of Character Design. It's a subscription service that they do a bunch of classes. You learn how to build like monsters and suits and all kinds of like whatever Stan Winston does, the company does from movie making. They have a puppet thing section too, taught by BJ Geyer, and it's pretty cool because he breaks it and you go through kind of like what we're doing, but like a lot better because they actually explain everything they're doing. He'll go from beginning. It's like 9 hours I think, and you watch from beginning to making a puppet. So that might be a good place for you to check it out. They have a free trial, so you can watch some of it for free. I think you can get like 3 days, so you can come. You might even get through the whole thing if you wanted to, but because it's not that expensive, it's like $30 a month, and you can watch all the videos, which is great. So I would check that. And there's a bunch of YouTube. James, no, what was his name?
Kreutinger.
James Kreutinger.
Good luck spelling it. It's like Kreutinger, I think.
Send us like a whisper or something. We'll send you a link. But
yeah.
he does a bunch of tutorials too on YouTube, which are really good too. It'd be good for you to check them out.
Let's see. Dharma asks, how do you like streaming this stuff? It's good. It's nice. It's actually keeping me more alert because normally go in just like quiet, like I'm making shit mode. So it's kind of fun to be.
Well, we end up not doing a whole lot of work because we're.
Yeah.
This is kind of like keeping us on track, actually.
Yeah. And then, did you ever imagine you would have a bunch of people watching you doing this? Never.
No.
But we're used to doing shows and stuff, so I think, yeah, people watching is normal.
It's nice though.
Yeah, it is nice. It's super nice. Actually, I like this better than a lot of show stuff that we've done, just because it's interactive and not just like, hey, look at me, okay, bye. That's kind of nice.
And the whole thing Amber talked about, or somebody else in the chat talked about last time, is that whole introvert thing where it's just a lot easier to like sit and do this, not having the pressure of like having, like however many of you are here watching. What of you is there? 25 of you watching.
Jeebus.
but you know, it doesn't feel as weird because I feel like I'm here like I'm having a conversation with you guys rather than like I'm trying to entertain you. So there's this pressure of me trying to having to do something for you. But it's like we're just chatting.
Yep.
I almost got into puppeteering, but I was traumatized by the Dark Crystal. But it's such a good
That's
movie.
my fuel. That's my fuel, man.
Oh man, yeah. Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, like that's like the dream.
Yep.
No pressure, just watching and judging.
Yeah.
Were you guys nervous when you started your first ever puppeteering experience? I don't tend to get nervous at things. I'm and Danny's the one that freaks out at things.
I do. I am a walking ball of anxious shit.
I don't think I have the attention span for nervousness. I actually just kind of go head first. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, we jump off a what? Okay. So I don't know if I don't think I was nervous. I'm trying to think what.
I don't know. Like it depends. Like what you define experience as. Like the first puppet I ever got, I was 4 years old. I sucked, but it was my first experience, and I loved it, and I wasn't nervous because I was playing with a little bear. But it's like, you're talking like professional.
Yeah, professional.
Or like audition or.
Yeah, my very first audition for Disney, the first time I actually got in, I don't think I remember being nervous. I was more nervous about being there by myself because I didn't know anybody. And I just got in a car, so it was the first time I actually drove far for anything. That's when I realized Disneyland was a lot closer to where I lived than I thought. But yeah, and talking to people, that's the only weird part. So I showed up, and I'm usually pretty quiet, so I just stood there until somebody said hi to me.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. I mean, I didn't talk at work for like a year and a half. But yeah, no, like I was super nervous at my audition because it included a dance cut, and like I got into puppets because I did not enjoy dancing at all. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you did a parade. You did a parade.
Yeah. Pete says, yeah, but imagine watching those movies at 2 years old. I did.
Nah, me too. I watched a lot of horror when I was a kid. Things I shouldn't have watched, but that's my thing. The fire. Oh, Amber hates the Fireys. They're my favorite. I love them. They're so funny.
Yeah, they're like you. That's why.
Yeah.
Just rip shit apart, try to put it back together.
Dan Mitsubishi says hi to both Annie and Dart just to make him talk. Hello.
Did you say Annie and Dart?
Danny and Art.
That's not what you said.
Deadly Nightshade wants to know what foam we're using. So this white foam that we're using is called L200. It's a closed foam. It's just very similar to like a lot of cosplayers use to make armor, but they usually buy sheets of it. Like it's that It's that they use it for floor mats. It's that kind that like has like puzzle pieces on the end. You know what I'm talking about? What's that called? If you look up cosplayers, they use it a lot to build armor and foam.
Warbler?
No, it's foam. It's literally like this, but they sell it at Home Depot, and it comes in big squares so you can stack it and make floor mats out of as big as you want. But it's the same kind of foam. But we just buy the giant sheets of it. So that's called L200. This is called. There's a lot of names. I think now you can find it. It's called Dry Fast. It's like an open-celled foam. They squishy and they use it a lot for like boats and
outdoor furniture.
Outdoor furniture, just because it doesn't absorb water. You can pour water through it and it just goes through. And so it's nice and like strong. It used to be stronger. The old stuff you could actually sew into it better and it wouldn't rip. But yeah, this is what we're using. Just because I like the way this moves. And it's what a lot of puppets are built out of. Now that the contact cement is sort of dried out a little bit, that's when you can start putting it together. And all you do is like touch them together, and they immediately bond, which is slightly scary the first time you do it, and it's done. So you have to just kind of be careful of how you put it together, because if you put it together wrong, sometimes you can pull it apart. Sometimes, yeah. But the cool thing is that once it sticks, if you just use like a hair dryer or a heat gun, it'll come apart. So you can use heat to undo it, which is cool. Like if you have a puppet and you need to repair it, you can actually like open the back of a puppet, unsew the back of the head or something, and then use the heat gun and then open the head and like go inside if you needed to. But yeah.
Pete says, I haven't watched Labyrinth. Dark Crystal was one too much for me. Oh, dude, Labyrinth is way more fun.
Yeah, Labyrinth is cute.
Yeah, Dark Crystal is kind of heavy, kind of slow. But Labyrinth is like it's a music video with some really kick-ass puppets in it. So
You should watch that. Oh, I got the 4K Labyrinth, and it's really pretty. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I got that 4K Blu-ray. They just remastered it. I think they're doing the Grand Star Crystal too.
Oh shit! I'm gonna need that. Not that I'll be able to watch it. That's pretty, but yeah, because the last time I bought it on Blu-ray, but it wasn't remastered. It's still the same.
Yeah, they've remastered it. I mean, it's from from an old film print, so it's not perfect, but the beginning is a little weird looking. It looks very noisy, very grainy image. But then it's really pretty.
People says, so perception check movie night. I don't know how that works. I know people have watched movies together on Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it without getting like banned forever.
Yeah, I wanna do that because I do wanna, because that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows how that works, let us know or point us in the right direction. Maybe we can ask at Hyper.
Yeah, I think they've done it.
I mean, the other thing we could do is like wear headphones and then everybody shows up all at once and we go and play.
Riff tracks it.
Yeah, Drift Texas. See, now I have Puppet Head.
Look at it, so cute. Yay! And look, I'm on the body.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hello?
Perception check in 3D.
Okay, y trago para Amber separado para con
Oh shit, that's cool.
Okay.
Ender says there's a
Wait.
browser. Not me.
No tacos. Pues nada más dame la carne separada. Yo jalo con el ¿Mande?
Ping Danny on Discord about it. Yes, thank you. Please do. That's going to be awesome. Because seriously, all we do, something we love to do, and even when we're all working together, was get together, watch movies, and kind of shit on them all the time in the break room. It's good times.
You want food, Danny?
Oh yes, please.
Okay, we'll get food.
Yay! Alright, well, we're gonna carve that out anyway. What am I worried about? The inside of the neck. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that'll get carved out.
Cool. Yay, my turn to glue.
Okay, keep everyone entertained. I'll be back.
Da 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 da. Boo-ba-doo, boo-ba-doo, ba-doo.
Alexa, office lights off.
What?
Okay.
So this is essentially what the little guy's gonna look like. So we gotta build like a mouth plate in here and make everything work all nice. A little bit of squishy body is my favorite thing that we've ever done. The squishy tummy. Let's see. Oh, this is not a thing. That's scrap. Alright. Plug in Netflix party for Chrome. Cool. Sweet, yeah, shoot them all to us on the Discord and we'll figure out what we can get away with. So, does that mean we can't do it on Twitch? Like, we'd have to be like, hey, everybody who knows us from Twitch, come follow us over here to do that? Or, I don't know. I don't know how it works. But or you're just saying it's not, like, inherent to Twitch as a system. I don't know. We're still new. We don't know anything. More explosions, more singing, more destruction. I'll do my damnedest. Alright. I remember how this goes together. We simplified. So initially, this was all a whole bunch of extra pieces, right? So like the chest was 2 pieces, this was 2 pieces, this is 2 pieces, these are still 2 pieces, but everything else we decided, so like the chest is now 1, the shoulder's now 1. So it's like the more you do a thing, the simpler it gets, the quicker you can spit it out. Because this one was experimental. We designed this from the ground up, sculpted from clay, got the whole pattern thing, did the whole thing. Art's better at the patterning bit than I am, but I'm better at like the sculpty, designy stuff beforehand. The nitty gritties I'm really actually kind of bad at. Watch public domain movies. That's good. I like those. So we could do Santa Claus versus the Martians. I like that movie. When he says, do all puppets have squishy bellies? Nah, man. Different puppets have all kinds of different bodies. Actually, a lot of people will often make bodies out of the same stuff as the head, especially if they're smaller, because they don't need that kind of resilience. So they can be a lot smaller, a lot tinier. Like Cucumber's body is just squishy foam, but it's like green upholstery foam, cheap foam. But yeah, I mean, it all depends on what you want the need to be. This body was designed for a specific character for a thing that Art and I have been working on for a little while. So once he's done, we'll also keep you posted on that. He's super cute. His head is in somewhere over there. But so this was like something that I really wanted because I'm going to be puppeteering this character. So I was like, I really wanted to have a little belly. So that was the only thing I wanted from that design. Have you guys tried designing in 3D CAD program? Is that like the one where like you sculpt it and then you like it like flattens it for you so it does all the darts and stuff? I don't know. I'm not sure. I've done like 3D stuff in ZBrush. We've done a couple puppets that way. So I've sculpted like a bird head and a Poor Unfortunate Soul for Ursula's Garden, and then Ryan printed it out, and then Art did like the foam body and the wings and the feet and literally everything else. I just make a face. I'm not sure. Boogie Hammer asks, have you watched Meet the Feebles? Yes, but not for years. It's actually sitting in my closet. I need to watch it again. I love early Peter Jackson shit. I love his sense of humor very much. Like SolidWorks. No, I haven't done anything in SolidWorks yet. I think I have it. I think I haven't opened it yet. It just hasn't come up. Oh, I should be gluing. I'm just talking. Okay. So let's do some stuff. Scrap foam. Rippy rip. Rippy rip. So this is a... Pete wants the tacos that Art was talking about. Yeah, they're really good. You can't see it, but I totally like just ripped all my skin off. I didn't cut myself with the razor blade. I'm smoother than that, but just this part ate through it. Let's see. Watch the original Night of the Living Dead. Dude, okay, talk about movies that scar you. I saw the original Night of the Living Dead when I was 4 years old, flipping channels, waiting for Sesame Street to come on. I think it was like 4 in the morning. Sesame Street came on at like 5 or something. And Night of the Living Dead was on. And I didn't know what I was looking at because I was little, I was itty bitty. And so I'm just watching it. And then I saw, I don't know, it's like street scene, famous shot, whatever. And I was wrecked. That movie fucked me up. Now it makes me laugh. Anyway, gotta open this. Put it on here so as to not. So the other thing with the contact cement, if you put too much on and it gets all gummy, it has a tendency not to stick together. So just a little tip, put it on some scrap foam, and then you can use it like a little stamp. So that's what I'm going to do here. And it also fits into the darts nicely, so you're not jamming a brush in there the whole time. Where's the call-in number? Hey, Texas. I don't know. I don't think we have one yet. We're not that fancy. Although one of these days we should do like a call-in thing. We could probably have like the chat on in the Discord and then have you guys hang out with us that way. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I haven't been sure how to implement it yet. I just think it would be fun to have folks in there and chat and hear all your beautiful voices. Alright, so this Yeah, Amber gets tacos. Everybody's happy. Smoosh. Smoosh.
Did you get my text message?
Nope.
Check text message.
Okay.
To the bottom.
At the bottom.
I haven't even checked the ingredients of the seasoning used in the soup to see if I can eat it. I think you can.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Back to the chat. Soup. Let's see. Texas Gold says, you guys want things done and some ideas, you get a hold of me. This doesn't work the other way around. Yes, it's because I'm that good. I love you guys.
About what?
Huh?
About what?
About, I think we want things done. I don't know.
like, is he a hitman?
I guess Texas Gold is a hitman. This is what we've learned. Wait a second. I mean, I'm not complaining. This soup looks delicious, but that's not a taco. Oh shit, that's so much. So much. Alright, clean up the excess. That's why you don't brush the leg. More of a grifter. Nice. Hungry hearing about the cactus. I am hungry too. Alright, I'm gonna dab some of this off because if it's that gummy, it's not gonna take. There we go. Perfect. So let that one dry. And he's painting soup onto the foam. Oh man, I wish. Sticky. Let's see. I'm gonna eat some soup. Watch me eat some soup. La 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 la. Soup. Hot soup. Hot soup. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. That's good soup. Alright, cool. What's the next thing? We can do that. 2 least favorite pieces and get them out of the way right now. Which one is the top and which one is the bottom? Alright, might be this way. So, who are we making? Is this going to turn into weird science with bras on your head? Basically. I mean, we have to wait for Amber to show up before we can get the bras, but that's the basic idea. So who we are making, I don't think we're at liberty to say, but it's this is a commission, so we're building 2 puppets as a commission, and so we figured we'd show the stages that don't show a lot of detail so that we can get away with it and have fun and share the process with you guys. We're probably going to do another one of these streams again soon because we're building updated versions of our chunking cucumbers a little bit. I'm waiting on a couple of things because I want to add some stuff. Look at Danny all thinking and stuff. Nice. Yeah, I think sometimes. I think a lot of the times when people aren't looking at me. Pete Wiz, some people have super articulate heads, but are there any with super articulate hands? Oh, totally. Actually, as a matter of fact, a friend of ours, Paul, just did a commercial, a series of commercials for, well, actually a bunch of people I know were involved in it, but so Paul, our friend Greg Balura, and a bunch of other people. Dude, Mr. World is for like an eyeglass company, and he's got little articulated fingers, and that's the next thing that I want to figure out. I think they're awesome. But yeah, I mean, really, I mean, there's all kinds of puppets for all seasons. And I mean, this kind of puppet is just one kind among dozens and thousands. It's like I love creature shops too. I think a lot of animatronics, I file those under puppets as well. So it just kind of, it depends where you draw the line. And I've seen a few puppets like this that can grip and do stuff as well, or whatnot. But yeah, you know, like I said, there's no one right way to do any of this. This is just how we found what works for us. Hi, Molly Wiley Galley. Thank you. Yay, we're working on stuff. Alright, I'll go in a second. The other thing about L200 is it really wants to keep its shape, so sometimes this part is trickier if you use L200, so if you're not sure, I'd say go with the softer foam. Wookie Hammer. Is it wrong that I chase my wife with a puppet every time we come across one in a shop? No, I do that to everyone I've ever met. There's actually, the last time I did that, I was at World Market. They had these really cute, they looked like they were like knitted puppets or crocheted puppets. I don't know the difference, don't yell at me. But they're super cute. They're all like bright colors, really bold, just like big mouths. They're cute, so But yeah, I do that all the time. Anyone who's in my vicinity. So no, it's not wrong. It is so right. Pete Wiz, figure out articulated hands so Cucumber can finally flip the bird to Chunk. I thought about that. I don't think I want to build him to flip people off, but I do want to. I do want his hands to do other things. But it's a thought. Maybe if we get into having swapped arms or something. Hello.
Hi. Working.
Huh? I am working. I'm holding the phone together. Don't yell at me. Let's see. Molly Wally Dolly asks, if you don't mind me asking, how did you meet Art and Amber? We worked
I saved
together.
his life.
That bullshit. No, we worked together. We all worked together. We were puppeteers at Disney together.
For a long time.
For a long time. Over a decade together and longer than that each for each of us. I just said each way too many times for that sentence to make sense, but you know.
I met you because of Kevin.
Yeah, that's right. That was during the parade, wasn't it? Because
Huh?
you were getting into
I was Simba.
Simba, yeah.
Yeah, and Kevin was hanging out with you and he introduced me to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because Kevin was so nice. He was like, listen to him, he might be a future bear. He kept introducing me like that to everybody. That's how he introduced me to Kim
Oh yeah?
Gladman, yeah. He's like, this is David from the future bear.
Yeah.
Dual communion.
Kevin's our like other puppeteer friend who is also an engineer and he's like super smart.
Mm-hmm.
He just actually worked. He worked for a little bit for Henson building some stuff for them.
Secrets!
Like he did like engineering stuff for the puppet stuff.
Yeah. He's a genius. He's a suitor.
Yes, boo.
Hey, Deadly Nightshade. I think we're gonna see you next week. I think. Anyway, we all have to talk about it, but I think I'm free that day, so I'll probably still show up. But at least me.
Dang Sun 1. So that food looks good.
Oh shit! I didn't even see him. I got so excited. I got so jealous and angry all at once. I was like, I need him.
I brought the ambrosia. These are potato taquitos. Oh, I forgot to put cheese on them. Nah. You want cheese?
No, it's fine. Thank you. It's like, no, Art, I won't eat this. That's great. The soup is good too.
Yeah.
Is this that squash that I just discovered the other day for the first time?
Probably, yeah.
It's like the super like lumpy pale green one. I forget the name of it.
It's like really long. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have one kind of squash. By we in Mexican people.
Then yeah, it was that one. It was got like the tough skin. And you have to skin it before you can use it.
I remember just yelled tacos.
Taco!
No, it's because she always calls them taquitos. And I always go, they're not called taquitos. We don't call them taquitos. We call them tacos. I said taquitos because I know that's how everybody else. But, oh yeah, the yours have cheese on them. They're waiting for you.
Pigs on one says soup and taquitos, Cali peeps. Well, yeah. Oh my god. I'm starting to get out of it.
So good.
That's the next thing that needs to go. Alright, this is the back.
Nope. I don't know why I do this every time. I always trust Danny that I leave him probably the harder part of the puppet and he always hacks at the foam, glues things the wrong way.
Hey, no, the foam as a whole is pretty good. There's like one armpit here that sucks, but the rest of it's clean. I don't know why. My brain just told me this is the front. That's not the front. I'm gonna have to take that off.
Does it matter?
No, not
I
really.
think you're fine.
Yeah. Alright. It's a little different because it kind of goes in where the chest does the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. Yeah,
So they sound so crunchy. I just want to reach through the screen and grab them. They literally just came off the frying pan.
Oh, damn.
My parents live in the same apartment building as I do, so they live upstairs. So I just get to go upstairs and go get food.
I think I lied. I think it does have to be.
Do you want to eat them?
Yeah, I'll eat. Watch us eat, everybody! Yay! Thanks for the follow, Indy Kylo. Appreciate it. Came at a weird moment where we're just gonna stuff our faces for a second.
Yeah. So a quick 5-minute break to eat. We can keep talking though.
Yeah, please.
Impromptu Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
Ask us anything you want to know about puppets. We might be able to answer.
What is your favorite puppet subject?
Did any of you play practical jokes when you were at Disney?
Yes.
Non-stop.
Yes.
We had a lot of free time. So our show was designed, it was 6 shows a day, 25 minute long each. So that's about 2.5 hours worth of actual show time.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the time we just hung out. So we had a lot of free time to like do a lot of things. I remember we took a bunch of gaff tape once and taped somebody to a door, like full onto the door, and then got yelled at by management because we didn't realize how expensive gaff tape was, and we used like 4 or 5 rolls of it. I mean,
one of the characters, the whatever bear, so used to not saying it. So there's another guy who did it, Matt and myself, and we would constantly put gauntlets for each other because you'd have like 2 people doing that character in a day, and so like throughout the hallway and all the places you could go to get to places, there'd be like those rocking like gaming chairs for like a trash can and all the stuff that's just slightly out of your line of vision when you're in that costume. So that was always fun. You'd beat the crap out of each other.
we did it a couple times, but this is good for you started too. The bear performer in Bear in the Big Blue House show used to have to get dressed 15 minutes before the show started. Would have to start getting dressed, which is we didn't have to get ready till 5 minutes before the show. So they at 15-minute call they would always go into a called the Bear Cave and get dressed. We used to change the time on the clocks because there was this one particular bear performer who would always sleep between shows, and so we'd go. We'd rock him and go, oh my god, it's 5 minutes till show! And we'd watch her jump and then run out and go into the bear cave, thinking that it was time to get dressed, and it wasn't. It was just hilarious.
Oh, Matt Cass asks, what kind of foam are you using and where do you get it? This is, the thicker foam is L200. This thinner foam is reticulated foam, Scott foam, or low density foam, depending
Dry
on...
fast.
Dry
fast is what the legal fighter does now.
Okie dokie. And we got ours at Atlas Foam in LA.
In Simi Valley?
Or Simi Valley?
North LA somewhere.
LA.
It's really far from us. Not too far, but yeah. And it's cool because you buy it in giant sheets, so it's like cheaper than going to Joann's. Mm-hmm. Like buying a giant sheet of this is cheaper than trying to buy the same amount of the cheaper green foam that you find like at Joann's or Michael's or any other kind of like craft store, because they sell it super expensive. But we have to drive. It's like an hour drive.
Texas Gold called you out for $40 a roll for the gas tape.
Yep, that's why we got yelled at.
Dan the Night should ask, what Hogwarts house are you? Gryffindor.
Oh, I'm Slytherin.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Go figure. And then Ilvermorny house. Have been sorted.
Yes. Hold on. The Puckwidgee,
Mm-hmm.
that one, Puckwidgee.
I'm a Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. Molly Wally Golly says, do you guys have any puppets that you love to puppeteer and voice?
Wait, what?
Do you have any puppets that you would like to puppeteer and voice?
Do I have any like already?
No, like that. Any like?
Oh, that I would like to do someday.
Yeah.
I mean, childhood dream was to be Yoda, but I mean that shit's taken.
He's still pretty healthy.
Yeah, he's fine. I'd rather he do it than me anyway. So. But I don't know. I've always wanted to be Ludo. Like if I could run around in the Ludo costume for like a day, that would be cool.
Yeah, Ludo's the big monster from Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
The big like furry guy. He'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. There's some other fun ones. Oh, a mystic. Actually, no. Fuck. Scratch all that. A mystic. I would be a mystic in a heartbeat, and that's all I would ever do. From Dark Question. I forget.
Smells bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Chunk couple puff. Cucumber slither. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
That's
true.
probably good. What would I want to do? It's gonna sound like I'm bragging, but I kind of already did what I thought as a kid I would want to do, because I got to play Kermit at in Hollywood. And if you guys are not from here, in Hollywood, there's a theater called El Capitan. This is classic theater that's been around for a long time. It's a movie theater now, and that's where Disney does most of the premieres. And they also do whenever a new movie comes out, they do a special run there, and they always have little mini shows before it. So for both of the last two Muppet movies, I got to be Kermit for their live show. They would do like a 10-minute show before each showing of the movie. So I got to play Kermit for, I think the first time was like 2 months, and the second time was maybe like a month. That was like the one thing as a kid I wanted to do, and I didn't think I could, and then I did. Danny almost got in. Danny was like
Missed it by that much.
first in line to be one of the other people. And the stuff
I
happened.
wasn't ready.
Oh.
That's fine. I got better. I did get to do that pre-parade though, so I still got my Kermit Piggy fix.
You got the Kermit Piggy.
So that was fun.
I think the thing about El Cap is that we got to do Rainbow Connection.
Yeah, that would.
The first time I did it in front of an audience, it was like, ugh. My feelings were all.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I saw it as a grown adult, knowing that it was you doing it. Still bawled my eyes out. That's fine. Anyone do acting classes? Yup.
Nope.
Not a lot. I did some. Did some in college, did some in high school, middle school. Based on what says, do y'all have managers or agents that set y'all up for castings? No.
No.
I'm trying to get an agent for voice work, but I think for puppet stuff, it's more word of mouth anyway.
There are 2 agents in the LA area that do the puppet stuff, and one of them I'm not that interested in because they have a lot of clients, and the other one doesn't have a lot of clients, but they also don't take a lot of clients, so I'm kind of stuck. But yeah, most of the work I've done is puppet. I mean, I've heard other like older puppeteers that who've been around for a long time have said that most of their work comes from word of mouth for puppetry specifically. And you do get some stuff from your agents, obviously, but a lot of it is that. So it also helps too if you build. Like a lot of the puppeteers who work consistently are people who also build, because it's easier for a company to say, I need a puppet, and I need a puppeteer, or you can do both. So let's just hire those same people.
Yeah. Let's see. If you could, what kind of movie would you make with puppets? Specifics, I don't know, but I've always wanted to work on like a fully immersive, like something like the Dark Crystal, but that isn't the Dark Crystal. Like I'm more partial to fantasy, but something like that, something where it's just everything that you see is
Like
handcrafted.
no humans.
Yeah, no humans, just beautiful, beautiful puppet creations, creature creations from whoever. And like I've in the back of my head, I already have like all the artists lined up who I would have designing shit. But
Cousin. Yeah, same here.
That's the magic, man. Because I feel like this kind of stuff, this is like cartoons. So like that kind of stuff is like film, right? And they're both beautiful and wonderful, and I love them all. But if I was going to make something seriously, like I want a feather in my cap thing, it would be something like that.
So if you guys hadn't seen, we cut this out, and we have a puppet head. So we like this for the first one, or do you think?
Yeah, no, it's cute.
It's cute, huh? What do you think this bottom piece should be?
We can build that up with
Build that up.
with fur, probably. We could put something.
Or like a piece of one on top of this.
Yeah, we can build on top of that. No problem.
Oh yeah, because you know what, it might be enough with the fur. Like once I think about it, like you might not even need to build it up.
Yeah.
But that's a good shape, right?
Finley Mansion says Guillermo del Toro style. Hell yes,
Yeah.
I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. No, Darmo says any favorite moments, like how your performance has affected someone, etc.
I think Jonathan is like the one thing that like. So there's this kid named Jonathan who would go. He has Down syndrome, and he's got a couple of other health things, but he started going to see our show. Yeah, JJ Lindy says when he was like 8 or 9. So I met him when he was a little kid, and he went to our show all the way to the end. So he was like 21 when our show closed, and he literally, if nothing else happened, the fact that this kid loved our show so much, and he was like the nicest kid. super funny, super charismatic. Like, that's probably like the one thing that like I'm super proud that he like I got to be a part of, like his life.
Yeah, like we all got to see him grow up with like different shows and stuff too.
Yeah.
So like I didn't realize he was the same person because he came to Jedi a lot also. So see him down there, and then you're like, oh, that's him. I was like, oh, it's him. I remember when his voice changed.
Yeah, his voice changed.
That's fun.
Because he was loud. Like he doesn't speak, but he was still very vocal kid. So we knew when he was in. We always knew when he was in the show.
Yeah.
Like when we initially met him, we didn't know who he was. We knew him as Bop Bop because that's the sound he made. And then as he grew, we actually like got to know him and like
His
got to talk to
family,
him.
his sister's wonderful.
His sister, he lives with his sister. She's like amazing. They're all like his sister and her husband. They take care of him and they're amazing people. So like that was, I don't know. We gave him a jacket. We gave him a cash jacket. So, and he would wear it to work. He would wear it to Disney when he would go and say he was going to work because he liked this cash jacket. Yeah, Lenny would tell us that he was there. But yeah, I think that's probably the coolest thing.
Yeah. Can't top that.
Oh wait, I lost where we are. You guys should make puppets of yourselves, maybe. Yeah, that would be funny.
I designed one a long time ago. I never wanted to.
Elwood, one agent said to another, "Hey, you know any good puppeteers?" "Yeah, I got two, but they're both jerks and love gaff tape. But they're good." The first agent sounds good. Did any puppets smell bad? Yes.
Yes.
So.
Me. Sorry.
Yes, me. So all the puppets we used them 6. You know, we had like 4 or 5 sets of all the puppets, and so that's a lot of money. But each day they rotated different ones. But I mean, you were using the same puppet all day, so some people were sweatier than others. So I mean, and puppets are really hard to clean. So most all of the puppets smelled, but Smee from Hook and Smee smelled the worst because the way he worked, your hand went into the puppet, right? But he was really chubby, so actually you were partially inside of him. So like the body of the puppet was around your this, and we were inside of it like this. So your face was inside its belly, and so that was a lot of man sweat inside. And he had a liner.
And woman sweat.
Mostly man sweat, but yeah, those were the girls. But the girls didn't really sweat. It was the boys who were the ugly sweating ones. And it's all over your face, and like it was really gross. We wore like hoods to try to cover, and he didn't have a liner at first. We ended up putting like a fabric liner so they could actually pull it out, wash it, and put it back in because he started smelling because the foam just absorbs all the sweat and it just sits there. And so like you would get in the puppet and you would just smell the last 30 people that were in it. So it was really gross. It got better once we made everybody wear like these black hoods, and when you were inside, and they had the liner, and that got better. And then they also like started cleaning him a little bit. See, the weird thing is like they're so crazy about cleaning and stuff, but like when there were suggested things like using vodka, like a lot of costume shops and puppet shops and stuff, they use vodka, like cheap vodka, to spray their puppets because it dries really fast, and it like takes the smell away, and it's great. But because it's Disney, they didn't want to have vodka on property, so they would try to use other things that never really worked as well. I remember they bought this like crazy like chemical that was like it killed a bunch of stuff. It was known to kill. It was this weird thing in a sealed bottle, and it was this like super expensive chemical they used, but they could have just bought vodka and done it. But yeah, it was gross. Any other puppet smell?
Chunk, before you started washing him, Chunk smelled like ass.
Chunk got smelled because he's old, and then. Oh, and I also didn't wash my gloves for a long time. I used a glove inside Chunk, like a sleeve, like a black. You guys have never seen it. But there was a while where I just would throw Chunk into the bag and throw the glove in there, and it was maybe like the first 2 months of our stream. I just wasn't washing them because I never used them as much as we did, and then I realized that smelled. So now he gets sprayed almost after every show. He gets sprayed with vodka. And then I have a few gloves that I just kind of wash periodically. Yeah. Chuck smell like us, yes. Was Lenny says, was the gorilla in Stanley smelly? So gorilla was another huge puppet that you were inside of. He wasn't, because he wasn't out for as long, and also he was so huge that like it wasn't too sweaty, because there was like a lot of air coming in and out of him, and you were only up for like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So and it was never, it wasn't that bad.
Pete wants to know, how long did you work at Disney? It's a different number for all of us. We were
14 years.
11, almost 12, and then Amber's some like close to your
Yeah,
number,
she
right?
puppeteered with us for like 12 years or something like that.
And then Daily Night just says, oh my god, did you ever have to use the wipes? They were like alcoholic handy wipes. We didn't use those for the puppets. We used those for other stuff. There
Yeah, I don't think we used them for. I mean, we could have. I guess nobody would have cared.
I was gonna say they didn't care anyway. Texas Gold says, what happens when a puppeteer just quits? Like during a show? It's real bad.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, they replace them.
Yeah.
They like to remind you that you're replaceable.
Yeah. Even though we kind of weren't. It was really hard to
It's a
train
very
people.
specialty skill.
Because we would get new people every once in a while, but we'd maybe hire 6, and maybe all 6 would get hired, get turned in the show, and after like a year or 2, maybe only 1 or 2 stuck around. So as we went by, we kept adding. We would all continuously add people, but we would also lose people. So like the pool, a lot of the old people kept staying, and we would only get a few new people that would actually stay. There was a lot of new people who actually did stay, but I would say as a whole, a small percentage of new cast would actually stay long run.
Mm-hmm.
If they quit in the middle of a show, that would suck. I mean, people got hurt in the middle of shows, but we always had 1 or 2 extra puppeteers on hand. So there was a lot of times where you could say, "Oh, I hurt," and then somebody would run in and try to finish the show. If something awful happened, they would just stop the show. But like, I fell once in the show and got a sprained ankle, really bad ankle sprain in the middle of a show. But for some reason, the show just sort of kind of kept going.
Yeah.
Nobody stopped the show, so I got back up. There was a puppet that we had to perform standing up, and I just kept going until they bought somebody. I was on 1 foot until somebody came in and took over for me. And then the nurses came, and I was in a wheelchair.
Good times, good times.
Yeah, good times.
Texas Gold says, did the character not show up in the show? Yeah, sometimes that would happen. Sometimes you would like grab a puppet, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, this puppet is broken. I can't pop up like this. So like your character would be late usually, but I don't know if we ever had a show.
Sometimes we'd pause the show. You'd see the show pause, and then like there was one human person in our show who would come in and like sing a happy birthday song or interact with the audience, and then if it was something simple like get a new puppet, then the show would start back up.
Yeah.
Or like for my specific thing, I literally just fell into the hole that I came out of, fell in, and then about 30 seconds later, when I realized the show was still going, I just got back up. So the character just came back up.
I popped up backwards once. That was fun.
Pete Witt says, "Damn, if it's around a decade like that, I definitely went to one of your shows."
Yay! Well,
Awesome. Because I was there from the opening. So if you saw any of the shows that were there, whether it was Playhouse, Disney, or Disney Junior, there's a good chance I was there because I opened the show, the very first one, and then I closed the show.
I closed. I came later. I was young blood once.
When you're performing as Chunk or Cucumber, are you in a comfortable position on the table, or does it take its toll on your back, body, etc.?
It's never comfortable. I would say that. I think we've found a happy medium, like a place where, hey, this isn't going to hurt me. And I think because of Disney, we have like a strength and a longevity that we wouldn't have otherwise. But yeah, I mean, it's all right.
it's not definitely not as bad as it was at Disney. It is tiring. It also depends how many times we do it per week. So this last week that we did our Monday stream, then we did our Wednesday stream, and then we went to Hyper for a Saturday stream, and then came back for a Monday and a Wednesday. So that was a lot of days like pretty close together. By this Wednesday, this last show, my shoulder, my hands were, you've heard me say in the stream, my fingers are numb. And that's probably because I think my shoulders were a little inflamed, so they tend to pinch areas like nerves and stuff when they're inflamed a little bit. So I was getting a little bit of numbness that goes away after I kind of check it out. But I mean, generally since this is our show, we try to make it so that it's our
It's as ideal as it can be.
Yeah, it's much more comfortable before. And we're literally on game chairs. It was really like rocky gaming chairs, and we're just up, and we kind of shift positions, and sometimes we lean on the table. So it's not bad. I think the hardest part is just being up for 3 hours. But that's even gotten easier than it was before. Like when we first started, we didn't think we would be able to do 3 hours. We thought 2 hours max, and now we can do 3 hours pretty reasonably. Texas Girl said, "What was the hottest thing ever worked to work that made you say damn?" I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you. No, I don't know. Okay. No, I definitely have to flip this around. I'll be right back.
Great, thanks. There's a key gun right under on that bottom thing. You want me to get it for you? Just sit down.
Sure.
Thanks. Let's see. Doesn't the liquor help? Yes. Sorry, I don't know if I got that question already. Be careful. Let's see. Molly Wally Golly, have you ever had kids come up and interact with the puppets?
Yes.
Yeah. Quite a few times. And then they get like full body tackled, which is kind of sad.
Lindy probably tackled a few people.
Yeah. Matt Cass asks, are you guys using barge cement to glue the foam pieces or some other glue? And where do you get the body patterns? Sorry if you said earlier and I missed it. We're not using barge. Barge is the best one. So cool for you knowing that already. We're using weldwood, which is kind of like the kind of doughier cousin of that of barge. It's cheaper. It's easier to find. Barge is awesome, but also expensive and doesn't really come in smaller things. Just that. And then let's see. Where do you get the body patterns? It depends. So like this one, we designed it ourselves. We worked together and had this thing happen because we had a little doodle. We wanted to know what the shape we wanted the shape to be, and then we found a way to make it happen. But sometimes you can find patterns online.
Yeah, I mean, a pattern like this is like a very simple, basic pattern.
Yeah.
You can find it online easily. I mean, we could probably. We'll start a Discord and we'll put some links up later, and we'll say if you guys want to look up stuff, I'll show you where to. I'll put up on the if you guys join the Discord, I'll start a stream there where I talk about puppet building, and I can show you guys where to get where to get some of that stuff. I'm putting heat on this so we can pull it out. By the way, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put. You don't want to put too much heat on it because then the foam will warp. But yeah, one of the things that the way we did. What did we do? We did the clay.
Yeah, so we sculpted it in clay first, because I really wanted to, like this belly and this little kind of hunch on the back. We sculpted it in clay, like really small, and then Art took it and, what's the head? So this is like for scale's sake, so like these got scaled up quite a bit, so like this piece became this piece right here, you can barely see it. So like that's how small we sculpted it. We sculpted it like this big, right?
Probably should have sculpted it bigger, but
probably
that's what we had
next time. And then we went over it. And was it just tape or was it like plastic wrap and tape?
I put foil on top, and then put tape on top of that, masking tape on top of that.
And then you do like 1/2 of it, and then you just cut it off and cut it apart. And so you try to like lay it flat, and then you continue to cut until it lays flat. So that's where you get those darts, these little small cut-ins. So you know like where the foam's gonna bend. So this body was like, this took us 5 tries or something like that before we got the shape that we wanted. Because like the tummy was an issue, and then we initially had like also a bit more bulge on the side, and that didn't end up looking cute. It looked weird. So we got rid of that. Let's see. Melon the Rock says this is a wonderful stream to wander into. Thank you. Appreciate it. Texas Gold asks, did you guys all quit at the same time, or were you fired? We were fired. Quit fired. Huh?
Oh yeah, we quit fired.
We quit fired. So they canceled the show, and they're like, oh well, you guys can go do anything else in the park.
They literally offered me to like work in foods or security. I'm like, I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah. So, yeah. So like, out of like 22 of the people that were left over, 14 of us all quit at the same time.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Who makes the best? Texas asks, who makes the best puppets, or is a legend in that world? I like Andy's puppets, but I mean, again, it's down to taste for something like that. I think it's what you like in a puppet, and then who makes stuff like that. We have a friend named Andy who makes really clean puppets, like stitches and everything like that. Our friend Aaron's a builder. We have people. I don't know. What's his name? Kreutner, I actually really like his stuff. BJ Geyer's good.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever like lost my mind at a build. There's a girl named dang it, Jamie Bressler.
You're just gonna have to slice with a flip.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, that one was hard to take apart.
Okay.
Because the heat doesn't get into it.
If you go to any conventions, you might have seen some of Jamie Bressler's stuff. She made like photorealistic like Zootopia and other Pixar puppets. They're beautiful. But I don't know. I like a lot of them.
Yeah, and everybody does different things.
Yeah.
See you, Ding Sum.
See ya. Thanks for hanging.
Like, currently, Puppet Heap makes like the Muppets. They're in Jersey, I think.
Yeah.
And they make pretty cool puppets. I like their stuff.
Yeah, probably it's dope.
Have you two created a company together?
I mean,
We're in the
this
process
sort
of talking about it a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen. at some
We've
point.
essentially done it. We just haven't like
Officially.
made it a company yet because we've built together a
Yeah.
few times.
And I tend to say yes to a lot of things, so I'm in the middle of doing like 16 different things with a bunch of different people because I don't know how to say no. So I think I just haven't dedicated time to do it, but I should.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered doing a short with Chen Cuber as a buddy cop lethal weapon type movie? Actually, that's how before streaming we were gonna do a web series with them.
Yep.
As roommates. We actually wrote a first episode. And a really poor way to write an episode. I would write a couple sentences and then I would send it to Danny and tell him to add to it, and then I would add to that, and it was a really terrible to write. But we got an episode out of it. Maybe we'll shoot it.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. It's somewhere.
Alright, that's gotta be it. I just forgot which side it was.
Are you both excited for what may be in the future for Darker Soul? Yes, I'm excited to see it. They've already been filming, so I'm excited to see how that turns out. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. How do I get my hands on that script? I don't know. Well, maybe we'll just shoot it. We'll just shoot it. We'll show you. So we should add G to that episode. We wouldn't get anything done.
It'd just be so much screaming.
How do you shoot it? Shoot it. It would be like flip toppers. It would be better than flip toppers.
Shots fired. Let's see.
How do you get guys to get into the move of improv? Oh, I can tell you how we don't get in the move of improv. like setting up until the very second the show starts. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Wasn't exactly the question.
How do you guys get good?
How do you get good at improv?
How do you get into like the mood? Oh, I read mood.
Yeah.
How did you get into improv? How did you guys get? I don't know.
I don't think we're
I'm
good
good
at
at it
improv.
now.
Genevieve's good at improv. She went to school. She went to Upright Citizens Brigade. There's also Groundlings and a bunch of
We
other
did an
places.
improv show with her for a little bit.
We did.
We were terrible at it.
It was so bad.
I think we're good because of our with each other because of our
Yeah.
because what you see is kind of what we did at Junior. We would laugh a lot under the stage and mess around, and it's just that. If you ask me to do improv with other people, it's a lot more difficult.
Yeah. Like I'm learning. I did a thing over the summer that helped me get a lot more comfortable with it with like people. Because I want to get more comfortable with it as me, because then it'll make it easier to do it with puppets and stuff. God, I hope this is the right way.
How long have you guys known each other? Like 12 years,
A while.
13 years, something like that.
A while.
What's the difference between G on screen and IRL?
No difference.
Not that much
No.
different. I'd turn it down. I would just turn the volume on her just a little bit.
And if you're like one-on-one, this is very different.
She can be normal. But what you see is definitely not that much far for her sometimes.
Not atypical.
Yeah, no. Do we have any pre-made ideas or felt that should we show them?
Sure. Yeah, so we did some sketches.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, remember I keep saying we talk about stuff and don't get it done? That's one of the things we talked about. I started working on it, I haven't done it yet. This is before perception check, I think.
Yeah.
This is for, let me get closer. This actually, Danny sculpted in ZBrush 3D program, and then Ryan 3D printed, and it's going to be a gerbil.
Nope.
Nope, a guinea pig. A guinea pig for a show called that we were gonna do, like a science-based show, like kind of like Bill Nye,
Yeah.
like but with puppets, and we wanted to like. So in his character, which is what this body came from, is a scientist.
Yeah, his head's in a closet.
But so we started. We're gonna get around to it sometime. So we want to do like an actual kids show, and because I feel like there's no kids science shows, and I grew up with those, and so did and like Mr. Wisner.
And now, like our heroes have gotten a little bitter for kids.
Yeah,
I mean they're so wonderful.
Bill Nye's an angry man,
Very angry.
but very important.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of want to do that, and so it'll get around to it.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Molly Wally Golly asks, "Hey Danny, is everything going to stay the same on Cucumber when you build him bigger? Also, what do you think his twin Pickle is like?" We've been shooting around the idea of Pickle for a while. Cucumber will hopefully look mostly the same. The goal is to scale him up just a little bit. But the problem with that is, like, once that material gets slightly larger, it starts to move differently. So he might look a little potatoey. And if that's bad, then we'll try it again. Maybe not as big.
Lindy says she used to breed guinea pigs.
What?
I used to breed hamsters. That was a terrible idea. Texas Gold says maybe 3D print stuff and sell them. Yeah, we've been thinking about stuff. I mean, we have printed. We did build a couple of other puppets. We built a skull that we 3D printed a head for. So we have done it because Ryan's the 3D printer guy.
Yes.
So I kind of basically between the three of us, we've done some work getting some of that stuff. I think it's the first thing that Ryan hasn't worked on with us because it's all stuff. He's better. He does most of like the hard prop building, and I think we're better at or not. We're better. We just know more about the puppet, fuzzy parts of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually we'll probably be doing this all together.
Yeah, he's working tonight. Otherwise, he'd have been.
He says, "Will you just add more padding to Cucumber's head to make it fit your hand?"
Oh, no. Quite the opposite.
No, when the new one, I think.
Oh, what? Oh, I see. Yeah, no, he's already got like we call it like a little brain, so he's got like a little chunk of foam in there that rests my knuckles on.
So yeah, they'll probably just be a little more padding.
Right.
What's
something? I don't know what happened. Something got cut weird.
What are you nuts? Oh.
Yeah. And I've tried it both ways now, and it still doesn't fit. I don't know what happened. I copied them down the same.
No, you didn't.
Huh? Yeah, I did.
Well, then just cut it off or shave it. What did you do?
I don't know. The only thing that changed is that we started doing things in one piece, but that wouldn't affect that area, I don't think. I mean, the chest wasn't that weird before. Is it still the same size?
What's the same size? I don't know.
Alright, well, it ain't perfect.
Who's not that edition? Would you rather be Voltron, Force, or Power Ranger?
Voltron.
Probably Voltron. Unless Tommy showed up again.
Yeah.
And I go do that instead.
Yeah, I guess Mighty Morphin is pretty. That's tempting.
Yeah.
But Voltron, man. Actually, even New Voltron. I like New Voltron.
I
I do like New Voltron better than OG Voltron. I never thought I'd say that, but I love that creator.
Well, yeah,
too. And they make good stuff.
All cartoons just are not that good when now that you watch them as an adult.
No,
I should be doing something. What should I be doing?
fix this. Good luck. Neither do I. I'm baffled. It should all be there. Everything should be right. I think maybe the chest ends up wide. Right?
Can I see that pattern?
Yeah.
The chest. Nope. That's right. the pattern for the top.
Yeah, that's probably where that got fucked up then. Because this is like super thin. I think I just cut it fat, so I think we shaved that down. But even then, it doesn't make sense. I broke it. I broke it. Everybody.
Yeah,
I broke puppets.
I don't understand what you did.
Ibn Madaj asks, have either of you seen the new art for the upcoming TMNT cartoon? I have not. I didn't even know there was a new one coming.
Yeah, I have not seen it at all. No. Yeah, the voice cast was really good. The one that just ended.
Yeah.
Although it was really weird when Leonardo changed. It took a while to get used to that.
Mm.
I don't like the dark.
What cartoon would you want to see rebooted?
She-Ra.
It is.
It is?
It's happening.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
She-Ra's already happening.
I love She-Ra when I was a kid.
Let's see. Oh, whoop.
Oh, Darkness.
Good night, Matt Cast. I'll tell Sam you said hi. Let's see. Man, new cartoon reboot. Not reboot. That was a terrible show, but
Oh, I love... No!
I
Reboot
liked
was a really good show.
I liked watching it. It wasn't good.
Yes, it was.
Shut up.
Reboot was such a good show. Reboot. I would want to watch Reboot.
New reboot.
Gargoyles would be cool. I think
Gargoyles.
I think Gargoyles is happening, too.
I've heard that for years, and I haven't seen the thing. Gargoyles would be dope. If they... No. I mean, I would say if they did Batman the Animated Series again, but I feel like they covered all the ground that I would want them to cover, so I'm good. Avatar wasn't even that long ago, but God, I love that show.
Oh, what's it called? The birds in space. Thunder? No, the Thunderbirds are the puppet thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like that show where there were like these people. It was like Thundercats kind of era. They looked a lot. The art was very similar. There were like bird people, like they wore suits and they're like in space. You guys know what I'm talking about. Silverhawks. That's right. Silverhawks. That was a good show.
Yeah, I never saw that. Man, I don't know. Ewok Adventures, guys? No? No, that's terrible.
Full something.
Mighty Max, is that?
Mighty Max.
Ghostbusters would be fun. Brave Star would be fun. Street Sharks. Oh, man.
Oh,
I love those toys. That was like the beginning. That was like when I started to recognize that shows were bad. It was around Street Sharks. I don't know. I would say like everything that I would say is already being remade, so I don't have a lot.
Just glue these where they need to go.
And then we'll carve as necessary.
We'll carve as necessary.
Okay.
Boop.
I'll get started cutting another proper body.
Proper your body.
Mine will probably go together pretty well.
Yes.
Pretty perfectly.
Yeah, now.
Well, like that one. I made that one. That one worked out well.
We both made this one.
Yeah, but I actually cut it out and put it together.
I know, because you didn't trust me. And now you know. Now I know why.
Because maybe you should just be in charge of drawing the designs.
Yeah, I should be doodle guy. I doodle well. Don't get me into patterning. That's my nightmare. I'm good at the sewing part too. The hand stitching.
I wish dinosaurs would still be made. Yeah, dinosaurs would be really fun to still.
Yeah, sweet looking show. I worked with a guy who worked on that show.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did that.
What did you work with?
He was a human on that show. Dean.
Can I have patterns?
They're all
Was this considered construction or conception? This would be construction. Construction. What? Construction, yeah.
I so badly want to create a felted friend. I need to get my shit together and pick up the sugar and spice and everything nice. Yes. Dharma asks, what do you like better, construction or performing? Performing.
Yeah. Construction is fun though, but yeah.
It is. I like designing. Building.
Design is a lot better.
Building takes a lot of time.
but designing is fun. Performing is the best. It's the best.
Devlin, best cartoon ever. Oh, that reminds me. When I was trying to tell you what this L200 is called too, it also goes by EVA foam.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they use for cosplay, but they use a different version of it.
Talking about chatter in the chat. Rada, rada, rada. I can't do it, but I love John DiMaggio. He's so good. He's so good, Art. I met him awkwardly, as I meet everyone who I admire awkwardly.
Where are you getting the password about the friends? That's okay. We're going to get a lot of questions the same because people keep coming out. Some of them we make ourselves. Some of them we find online. Some of them are pretty like a head, like a round head is pretty like common. You could, if you want to know where to buy them, you can get some from like a lot of people go for beginner stuff. Is Puppet Project.
Project Puppet.
Project Puppet. If you just Google it, you'll find it. They sell a lot of patterns and they're really easy to make. You can start there. And if you look up other puppet builders, they have patterns online. You can find them pretty easy. I would just like go on Instagram or something and look for puppet builders, and then go look at their websites. And a lot of them post. We'll post like simple patterns for you guys to use if you guys want to get started. But making the foam patterns isn't super difficult. I think you know what? It's not that difficult either way. It can just be tricky if you don't know what you're doing. Once you like have somebody show you, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Why didn't I think of that? Thanks for streaming. No, thank you for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Molly Wally guys is also Bear in the Big Blue House and Out of the Box reboot. Dude, Bear in the Big Blue House, I would be there. Thanks for the host, KQ.
Yeah, thank you. We just had lunch with Noel McNeil not too long ago.
We did.
He was Bear in the Blue House. We had lunch with him.
He's the real bear.
Months ago, the real bear.
I was a bullshit bear. I was a bear trying to beat his bear. He's amazing. He's a very, very nice
He's
man.
very, very nice. Thank you.
Dude.
Is Melon the Rocks leaving? They said this was 1.5. Really enjoyed. Thank you.
There you go. Follow a fellow that was from Avenue Q who builds them on YouTube.
Oh, cool. What's his name? If you remember.
Would it be, what's his bucket? Dirk the Lion.
If you built the book, yep.
I mean, he built them for Broadway.
Mm-hmm. Well, he designed them.
Oh, he designed them? He didn't build them?
Well, he did. But, like, he also did
Texas Gold asks, has anyone you ever worked with have big egos? Yup, it happens.
Uh-huh.
I think that's why we get along so well, because our egos are not that big, and then we keep them in check whenever either of us are to get all whatever.
Yeah, we
It pays to be mellow, man.
you have to work with this close to people. Like, I mean, you're physically all up on people all the time, so it helps to not have an ego and just be cool about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam Kutinger. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. He's
Yeah.
great. I knew him. I knew he built puppets. I didn't know he did YouTube stuff until recently, and I watched some of his videos, and they're very nice. They're very they look really good too. So I was very happy to find that he was doing that on YouTube. Yeah, so follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Lenny says I met some of them at Junior. Horribly ego, some of them. Yep. I think it happens with any performer
Yeah.
type. There's always some level of big egos, but
I just feel like puppetry is something that's so hard to take that seriously. Because it's just fun.
yeah, and you'll find that like if you're working professionally, generally speaking, you'll find more people who don't have a big ego because people tend not to like to work with you if you have a big ego.
Yeah. I found that is similar in like the VO community as well. Like everyone is just chill. It's not that same like competitive, I'm gonna get it before you kind of attitude. It's like, oh cool, good to see you, man.
Yeah.
How are you? Cool. It's nice.
Like the very first time I got to work on Muppets, I was terrified. I was so scared of like walking in there with all these people and like, you know, and then like 10 minutes into it, like people were just talking to me and they were super nice, and it was actually really like cool to find out that like, you know, that people are actually cool. You can actually go to a professional working place and actually find people who are normal and nice.
You guys were told to not talk to us? That's stupid.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was dumb.
That's ridiculous.
Kikyo, yeah, we're making some commission puppets. We can't tell you what it is yet, but you'll find out eventually. Because as soon as we can tell you, we'll just post it, or when it gets filmed or whatever it gets done, it'll be available. So we'll let you know.
Darmo asks, have you guys crossed any lines, pissed each other off between each other with perception check, gone too far? We've had like a couple bad nights, I think, but it's usually more the person who's having a bad night than...
Yeah, it's usually like just the situation was like
Yeah.
stressful, like setup was really stressful, or
Yeah.
but not like
It's-
Danny pissed me off today. And that was never. I don't think we've ever had that yet.
And all of us are really good about checking in with each other.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't know. Like, okay, so I know I pissed off Chunk. Did I piss off Art? Let me double check. Are we good? Are we not? Like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. It's like anything else. You want everybody to be having
Yeah.
a good time because it should be fun. That's the idea.
That's not to say that we don't get on each other's nerves sometimes, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I can honestly say the stressful part is setting up sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because some things don't go right, and it's for me personally, I like to be done set up early so that I can sit and like switch over to like performer mode as opposed to like technical setup mode.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I get a little frustrated when things like aren't set up in time, and I feel like I'm plugging in things, making things work, and all of a sudden I have to jump in and be Chunk, and that's difficult to do.
Yeah. Dharma says, I wish I could get my coworkers to work things out like you guys do. Well, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, you gotta factor in like the 10, 11 years that we've all already like known each other, or 12, 13, 15, whatever.
Yeah.
So we've gone through all that shit already. So it's nice. Like we know each other very well, which makes that
Yeah.
way easier.
You should bring me on as your production assistant. I mean, when we have the space in the room, we probably will need extra people.
Yeah.
Because I would love to not have to set up things.
Yeah. We don't have room now. But
That's what, like, we're doing stuff at Hyper is so awesome because we just show up and we do our show. I get to be just the performer.
You're not just a performer.
How much bleed happens in a show?
How much bleed? Like, how much do we bleed? Or is this a technical term that I don't know?
How much bleed happens in a show? Ask us that question again. What do you mean by that? Thank you, Wally Dolly. I just want to say you're both really talented. Additional question, how did you come up with your voices? I hear the most microscopic bit of Chunk in Art's voice, but what about you, Danny?
I literally thought Cucumber just sounded like me half the time. But no, I don't know. I saw Cucumber's stupid little face when I was making him. I was like, yep, that's it. I don't have a science.
I found the way that I try to make voices, I try to do impressions, but I'm really bad at impressions. So I usually just get a voice out of a bad impression. And Chunk started out...
That's what Billy West does.
Chunk started out as... If you guys watched the Cleveland show, there was that bear in the Cleveland show. I don't know if you guys saw that show. There was a bear, it was a neighbor, and it was this big bear. And I think he said... I heard him say, oh, I don't know, once. And I was like, I like that. That's going to be Chunk. So I started going, oh, I don't know. And then that evolved into Chunk. And it sounds like Leica, but that's just what I heard in my head.
I think for me there was an inspiration.
Oh, bleed. Oh, that bleed.
How much the performer bleeds into the character? Quite a bit, I think, for me and Cucumber. I think a little bit less for you and Chunk. I feel like Chunk is more his own person. I feel like Cucumber is more just angry me.
Yeah, more than and then Chunk is just uninhibited me.
Yeah.
I think because we spend so much time, I think if any those are probably I think for now forever gonna be the two characters that are most like us.
Yeah.
But I do feel yeah, but it's because some things Chunk says that does that I wouldn't do. But there is definitely
there's a lot of shit that Cucumber does that I would never do.
But yeah, I think it's hard not to let yourself lead into it because you have to pull from somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would say quite a bit.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I also think like when I actually was thinking about, because I remember I was stressing over Cucumber Voice when we were going to do the iOS thing because I hadn't really thought about it before.
Chunk is SLOW. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying because there was an interview with Billy West when he was talking about how he got to do how he discovered his Fry voice, where it was like him, but like young and dumb and in college and like super whiny and whatever. It's like the worst version of himself. So that's kind of mentally where I got it from, not sound wise, but that's just kind of where I went for that. Cactuar Stir Fry says, "Gotta bail for now, and I'm so glad to have been exposed to you guys. Have a great day." Hey, happy night, man. Thanks. And do you need to constantly repair the puppets? As in take foam out, replace, big overhaul? Not often.
Not often.
Like he's just now having to fix that.
Yeah, I'm just now. I probably should have done it a while ago, but I'm just now starting to do it. I mean, if you treat them decently well, they tend to last a good amount of time.
Yeah. But every puppet has a shelf life if you use these materials. Like the foam will just give up at some point.
Yeah.
But it takes a while.
It takes years. But yeah, that's why I got a new bag for Chunk. I'm trying to like be nicer to him, and because I would throw him in like a tote bag and then throw my water bottle in. I want some canned soda, throw it in there, and now he has his own dedicated bag that he lives in now.
Krun says, "You guys finally making mini Krun?"
I think Chip's different. He's good with numbers. He is good with numbers.
Dharma asks, where is that line between what you would do and what Cucumber would do? I think it's just like I'm aware of what's appropriate for a situation or who I'm with, like know the company, that kind of thing, and I think Cucumber doesn't. And then I think actionably, I don't punch people. I might talk about it a lot, but I don't punch people.
No, you punch me plenty of times.
Okay, no, I punch Art a lot. That's fine. I can never say this. Madaj says, "Do either of you do vocal practice and or classes now?"
I should.
You
don't.
You should. You would enjoy it. Right now, I'm in a B class, a voiceover B class, animation class. My teacher is Richard Horvitz, who you might know as Invader Zim. He's one of the Angry Beavers and a bunch of other shit like a bunch. Super nice. So I'm learning.
Oh, I'm named AJ.
Oh. Oh my god. Imnamadaj. Hey AJ, sorry about that. Doesn't that flop joke even have me going? Why? Oh, yes.
Does Danny? Yeah, Danny would probably punch people over Gungans.
I would. I really hate them too. I think they're stupid. Just like, actually, you know what? I don't hate Gungans as much as I hate battle droids. I fucking hate battle droids. They're so irritating. That's the worst voice ever in the history of ever.
Roger.
Because like there are redeemable Gungans. I've had this pointed out to me, and it's true. I like Boss Nass. I like the weird general dude who banished Jar Jar because he's the only one with any fucking sense.
Well, the guy who helped Jar Jar was cool too.
Yeah.
Same guy.
But yeah, so it's like there were at least interesting Gungans that existed. All the battle droids are garbage. I hate them. Texas Gold. I hate Elvis Costello. Drives me nuts.
Did you flip this pattern when you went like this?
Yeah. Oh, should I not have?
You know, I'm wondering if you...
You know, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did it, and then I left one open, and then I flipped it, and then I completed it so that I wouldn't fuck that up.
Oh, you could just draw arrows on things. I'm covered in, like, marker.
Yeah, me too. It's all
very sad. Java 2. Yeah, Java 2.
Yeah, Boss Nass is Java 2.0, meaning better than, which I'm fine with. And it was fun. He had characterisms that didn't bother me. I mean, the face shaking was annoying after a while, but he had a good voice, fun expressions. He was cool. He was interesting to look at. Jar Jar was a nightmare. But, you know, whatever. I'm not going to like every character ever. Sojo says, would you want to see Perception Check having a body swap episode? It would be interesting. I feel like that would be hard to keep up for the length of an episode, but, you know, if it happens, it happens. It's not a goal of mine. What was it like to get back home after your world tour? What? Oh.
What do you mean, what a world tour?
Wild Stallions? Someone keeps calling me. I don't know what that number is.
Answer.
No.
Tell them they're live on the internet.
We're live on Twitch. For colors. Oh, no, I guess I didn't. It's the same one. It's just been up there forever. Dismiss.
If Jar Jar was any other character, I feel Gangas would be much better received. I think so too.
I agree.
Jar Jar got better later on though.
Disagree.
Miranda sings with Chunga Cucumber. That would be awesome. That would be funny.
That would be fun. I don't think she remembers who I am. But she's super talented. Kron says you should answer telemarketers as cucumber. I hadn't thought of that. That would be fun. That could be a day. We could just get a burner phone and just like send it out everywhere in the world and see what calls we get back.
That'd be awesome. Our number Arthur is rare to find fellow Arthur in the wild. It's not. It's Arturo, which is the Spanish version of Arthur. So kinda.
Just like Mnamadaj is the whatever version of aging.
Old people always call me Arthur, which is funny.
Arthur.
All the pieces. Yeah, right? That's it.
Yeah, yes. Yes, you do. You
where's
grouped
that
them
blade?
better than I did. Huh?
These blades, you just put them back in here right now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
They go
Which
on the
one
top.
here? I didn't pull that one, I pulled this one.
Oh. They go on the top and then they get
Yeah,
sharpened
sharpened
inside.
way
And they
down.
go, huh? They get sharpened and they come back on the other side.
Yep. Told me a few times.
I know, just even remember.
Okay.
No, it's not true, right?
Huh?
It's not true.
It's not true that they get sharpened? Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. Texas Gold wants to know if you like the band Menudo. Here we go again. My sister likes the band Menudo. And no, wait, no, does she? She likes Mana. I don't know if she likes Menudo.
Yeah, Menudo is old. I don't think they're around anymore. Ricky Martin used to be a Menudo.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't know anything about Menudo. I know about the food.
Wait, who likes Menudo?
My sister Michelle.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. She's fluent.
I didn't know that.
She's like the one Montooth that has her shit together. Not true. They all do. I don't. I'm the one who doesn't. Dharma asks, why is my cat meowing? I don't know. We should probably find out or get it out of the fridge. I wish I could come watch in person, says Ninny.
So people mess with your Hispanic version of English names by turning you into an English version. That's some type of heavy cultural stuff. Yeah, that happens a lot. A lot.
Vega. I'm gonna call you Vegas.
Sometimes it's offensive. Sometimes it's amusing.
I feel like you get amused more than most people would. Like beyond a certain point, you should get angrier than you do.
Like when that wedding that I went to. I went to a wedding where I was. Yeah, I think I was the only Hispanic person there, and there were, I think, 2 black people, and that was it for ethnicity. And I was waiting to get my coat, and a lady came up to me and asked me if I would check or cook for her, because I was brown like the other people checking in the coats.
Oh, shit.
I just smiled and said nope, but they can. And she went, oh, okay, when she realized that what just happened.
Oh man.
So that was hilarious.
Okay, you and I have very different versions of hilarious. But then again, you're not one to jump to rage like I am.
Man, it just happens so much. You just get used to it sometimes. You're just like, oh look,
Shit.
silly people.
Then you just asked if you make pozole. Do you make
See,
pozole?
that's the kind of stuff I was talking about. No, I'm just kidding. My mom makes pozole.
I like pozole.
Yeah,
Dude, they have pozole day at Knott's. It's great.
at Knott's.
Yeah. It was like, I think Sunday nights. They also have Manila, which was very hit and miss.
I thought you were gonna say we have no ponchos here. I should have. I should think of quicker things to say. Like when that stuff happens, I'm just so appalled by it when it happens. I just don't know what to
You
say.
have like a quip notebook. Excuse me for just a moment. Let me look this up. I prepared for this eventuality.
Check it out.
Uh-huh.
Clean slices. I'm gonna stop it a little bit.
Nah.
I think also what happened too is you needed to like cut inside the lines a little bit more because you're drawing and then you're cutting outside.
Oh, so I've just bulked it all up.
Yeah, you bulked it up.
That makes sense. I'm gonna read that because that's funny. Crun the Barbarian says, remember when that one guy was all like, do you like tacos? Do you like churros? Crun mean, yeah, it was a joke. And you're going with it, but Crun was sort of offended for you. Yeah.
But I do like tacos and I do like churros.
I mean, who doesn't?
Oh my, it's just hurting. There was a time they did the slow motion thing with cameras and fake legs. When did we do that?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, Masquerade.
Oh, yeah!
I have the DVD somewhere. I should put it on YouTube.
I have it in my CD book. Yeah, we did a pilot for a remake
Oh, I should
of a Japanese game show, variety show. What the heck?
Game show, yeah.
Game show. Where you've probably seen it. You like the ping pong guys, where they're like do, and then they like flip the table. They have like their legs are in black, and then they're like doing all the cool like matrixy shots, but it's because they're wearing black against a black background. And there's like various things of that. There's like people who are all huddled together to become like a glass of beer or whatever. Vin DeBona, the guy who did America's Funniest Home Videos, wanted to bring that here. And so we looked for a bunch of like puppet variety group type people to come in and do stuff. So we were one of the groups for that. That was fun.
That was a while ago.
That was, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I want to do this. I was like, well, I can't do it by myself. Everybody who knows how to do things.
That was cool because we did it on the America's Funniest Home Video stage, and we shot a whole pilot, and it didn't get picked up. But we have DVDs of it. We could probably post it online now.
And then we get sued.
No, because they just said for now that I think after it was done, they didn't care.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we should
But
just
I
upload it.
didn't sign an NDA.
I don't remember what I signed. Signed something. That was a while ago.
That's why we didn't get the DVDs right away. We got the DVDs after the show didn't happen.
Oh, right. That is true. But I think we fake won. We fake won the game show, right?
Did we?
It was us and like the little girl dancer troupe. Because
Oh,
they were
okay.
like supposed to be different episodes, I think.
Mhm.
And so we got like the high rating or something. Yeah, because we did our celebration, and that's when I went to pick somebody up, and they were heavier than they looked, and I hurt my back. It was Keith.
Keith,
I picked up Keith, but he's like solid. He was short, but
Mhm.
he's solid. Write a musical? A musical!
How was the gaming done last week at Hyper? Somebody else was playing the game. They had control. The arcade machine they were using arcade buttons because they couldn't get it to work. So they were using just game controllers. So somebody else we just stood in front of the camera and pretended to play. And somebody else. It was Naeem who was playing for us.
Yeah. Texas Gold wants us to give away the DVDs. We'll probably just upload
Let's
them.
upload it, yeah.
'Cause we should save them. I'm sure those discs are old and they have a shelf life too. He says, "I'm sad. It's sad that I remember that and Danny didn't." Yeah, a little bit.
That's a lot of work. How do you not remember that?
I don't know. I arranged it. I don't
Yeah.
remember that. Like, that was a while ago. That's fun though. That was like one of the only times we, like a bunch of us all got to work on something together outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And like
cool.
everybody actually showed up. And
Mm-hmm.
There was like 10 of us.
You're missing the fanfare. Connect to your audience. What did I miss? What did I miss? Was there fanfare? Were there things that popped up on the screen?
What did I miss?
I don't know. What did I miss?
The volume's up on the computer, I think. What did I miss? Look at that.
I was still so funny performance-wise. Wasn't terrible. Thanks, Darmo. Has anyone asked what your favorite Felt-A-Friend movies are? Yeah, but I don't really get tired of talking about that. Let's see. Labyrinth, Dark Crystal. I also fold in Creature Suit people, so Pan's Labyrinth. Hellboy 2 had some sick like mask work and puppet shit in it too.
Wait,
Feebles.
ask what happened.
What happened? What did we miss?
I don't know. What did we miss?
What fanfare did we miss? I don't think we got.
Keiko is hosting us, so thank you.
Yeah.
Indy Kylo followed us. Awesome. It's Pandar subscribed us. We saw that. That's it so far. Also, tell us if we missed something, because the laptop's like way over there.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry if we missed something.
I guess I could put the laptop here. Oh no, I can't see the screen.
Let's see. What else is there? What are some of the good ones? I mean, I really enjoy Team America. That's a fun puppet movie.
That's a good one.
Oh, Strings! If you haven't seen Strings, you should watch Strings. Especially if you enjoy puppetry. You have to be patient. It moves slow.
And if you enjoyed marionettes,
Yeah.
forget. There's a James Goops who said he liked marionettes.
Oh, yeah.
Watch Strings. It's Swedish,
Yes.
I think. It's in English, but
It's either Swedish or Swiss, and I can't remember
yeah.
it straight.
It's not from America. And if you watch it, you would immediately know it's not from America, because it's very artsy. And it's really good though. It's all marionettes,
It's gorgeous.
and it's a full movie. It's not like a short movie.
Yeah, feature-length film, and what's cool is like the design of the puppets is part of the universe, part of the world, and it's like it's so good. It's so good. It's like the marionette Dark Crystal sort of, not as like fanciful, but very fun to watch. There's some really great moments in there that are just awesome. The Storyteller, it's a series, not a movie, but I will always watch that. What else? What is there?
But we were asking, what was the question?
Just favorite puppet movies.
They want those DVDs signed, special limited edition.
There's only like 5 of them.
AKA name puppet movies. What other puppet movies are good?
I don't know, man. A bunch. Hold on. Ah, cool. Think about that later. Marionette started to creep you out, goobs. That's fine. Watched too much Child's Play and Puppet Master as a kid. You know, I've never... No, I can't say I've never... I've seen a Puppet Master movie. I don't remember which one it was, because there's like 30 of them.
Mm-hmm. I think I've actually sat down and watched them. Favorite foods?
Oh, Lord.
Sushi. I really like sushi.
I like
And pho.
Pho's dope. I like mac and cheese. Magical. Let's
Yeah.
see. I like... No, I like everything. I really do. I like all food.
Yeah, I'm not a picky eater either.
Boat noodle soup. Boat noodle soup is pretty good.
I think my parents' cooking is my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, Art's parents' cooking is my favorite too. It's really good. Shoot. I don't know. I love all food. I think I like Asian food the best, but my favorite Asian food is like dim sum, which I can't really eat anymore. So I miss it, but that's the best. That's the absolute best.
I think we cut this and we bring it in a little bit more.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But we should put the other one together and see which one looks better. which one that would look work better for that.
Okay.
I hacked up this.
Good call.
Lenny's super picky.
I am not good.
We just had this really good sushi burrito thing. When we did that live stream at the studio, when we rented a studio and we did the Century Cow things, we postmated from a poke place, and I got this like awesome like it was just like a giant roll. It was called a shuzurito or
Yeah.
pokerito. Oh my god, it was so good.
I'll give you another body.
Matthew Davis enrolls Creme de Barbarian, the primary English class. You could be doing something else.
I could be, but now I'm a big fish.
Remember when these are due at the end of the month and I'm leaving for 2 weeks at the end of the month?
Well, what do you need me to do?
I don't know, something.
Well, then, bitch. I guess I could get the belly for this one.
Yep, you could.
Let's see.
Oh, nope.
Somebody asked about way earlier. I just remembered was asking about the 10th, which now I think we have to double check the date. Pretty sure it's still the 10th. I think we got an email that said this Saturday, but it's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday. So on the 10th, we're going to be up in LA. So if you guys are SoCal locals or are willing to drive a hell of a lot, we're going to be doing a one-shot. I think it's a one-shot. We haven't really thought about it that much. But we're going to go to Indie Game Day at Next Gen Games in LA. So there's going to be a bunch of game developers there playing their, like showing off their board games you can play. So the Sentient Cow guys will be there. So if you guys liked that game and you wanted to go try it, they'll have it there so you can play it. Also, our friend Jason, who developed a game called Presidential Knife Fight, which is like it's a card game. It's super fun. And then there's a bunch of other people who are going to be there as well. We're going to be in like a side back room because we're not really kid friendly, and the rest of the event is pretty family friendly. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Where's the tum-tum? There's the tum-tum. There's the tum-tum.
You should go to Seattle so Even Twin can meet you. We want to go to Seattle.
Yeah, man. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. So at some point, we should just go to Seattle. We should talk to Zach and see if we can like find an excuse to go do like one of their shows when their studios open.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did remember they said they wanted to do stuff with us?
Yeah. Let's do it. Anyway, that would be fun. That would be so dope.
It just says it's raining. Oh, this muscle over here is like super tight. It's hurting. It is stretched. That's what I'm doing. I'm stretching.
No, stretching's not productive. We're on a deadline. We're all. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're still getting better from that, Lenny.
Recover quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't drive unless you can brake properly. Should I start gluing?
Are those marker marks on your arm? Yes.
Yeah, it's because I was laying on like this.
Can you razor blade me, please?
What?
Razor
Oh.
blade? Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna use
catch.
an X-Acto for this. No. You're good. Where is my box? Where is my box?
The chapter.
Let's see. Okay.
It's really dry in California right now. My lips are not enjoying it.
Yep.
It went from like crazy storm for a week. That's not happens here. It never rains for any it rained for like 3 or 4 days straight, like really crazy, and then it just went away. What's I getting? Oh, I'm gonna make things better right now.
All right. Do you have like this? Oh, never mind. You got it. You got it. I was gonna ask for a soda. Fuck that.
We don't drink soda in this house.
I don't know.
It's a Malbec.
I like Malbecs.
I know, I just got that. I've never tried it before.
They're among my favorites. Uh-oh.
What?
Krund asked, did the silence effect video, or are they off camera?
To the what?
Let's see. I don't know. The silence. Oh, the silence, as in Doctor Who silence? Ah, got it. Back to the arm comment. I got you. I'm with you. That took me a second. It's been a while since I've seen that episode.
Oh, because of the marks on my arm.
That's what they would remember.
I get it.
There it is. Has new Doctor Who started yet?
No, it's not going to start for a while.
Okay.
He did, what's that word? When he turns into another doctor?
Regenerate?
Regenerate.
Okay.
I'm not caught up though.
I'm not caught up either. I'm like halfway through the last season and I
Yeah.
haven't seen the Christmas special yet. Which I really want to see because I love that actor and I always forget his name. The guy playing the first Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Filch. One of my favorite character actors. And like a true character actor, I don't know.
Dan Matsubishi just gifted Linnea a sub.
Aw!
Thank you.
Thanks, Darmo! Sub! I'm gonna sing.
Sub.
Yay! Oh, yay!
Yeah, this is where we should have the videos when people sub.
That's true. Oh!
Because Ryan would hate us if we made that in D&D.
I may have found another artist that'll
Yeah?
do an animated GIF because she's an animator. So I want to see if maybe she could give us like a dancing chunky cucumber running.
Sideways.
Like banana.
Sign us running so we can do the loading screen.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That's what I've been
I'll talk
wanting
to
to
her. I'll make sure that that's what she meant because I think she said I mistyped something and I gotta figure out what that was.
Okay.
But we'll see.
What am I doing?
Wine.
Wine glasses.
Quinn says that thing would be terrible for a quiet candlelit romantic dinner.
Oh, the
Yeah,
cork openers. But so much less effort.
more. Yay! New Who is in August.
You peaked.
Cool. Yes, Lenny, you've been gifted a sub, so now you're a subscriber. So now you can roll for hotness. If you hit the emote thingy at the bottom right, it'll pop up.
For the next month.
Yeah! Isn't that exciting?
No. What?
When wine sounds like a duck, you know it's fresh.
Don't spill that.
Okay.
Your last time you were here, you spilled it all over the wall.
I did, but it wasn't wine though. It was something much more expensive and rare.
And sticky.
And sticky.
And multipliable for some reason.
Amber says you guys are gonna spill red wine all over the puppets. I can feel it.
That's why I'm putting mine on the little table underneath here. Oh man, if we get that, when we get that game capture, we could do this, and Amber could sit and play Stardew Valley on the couch. People could watch both things. You get 2 for 1 shows.
That's the dream. Oh yeah, we still need to try to use that other splitty thing.
What is a splitty thing?
So that we can do like a Battlefront 2 thing.
Oh yeah. Is anybody used it? Do you want to ask them? You want to ask the chat if anybody's used it?
Oh, do you remember what it's called?
No.
Okay, so there's a website that will allow you to like so it allows you, so like if you have 2 streamers streaming independently, it's a site that takes the feed from both streams and then puts it into like one Uber stream. So it's like it's just like split, and you can do it up to I think 4 different streamers. A, does anyone remember what it's called? And then B, does it work? Have you had a positive experience with it? Because we've been looking into it because we want to do that for like Battlefront or Overwatch or something, so that you can have all of us and all of our faces, so that we're all playing. You can kind of catch everybody instead of like somebody hanging off to the side waiting for their turn. I think it's more fun if we're all playing together. So if you know what I'm talking about, I don't know. Cadgar.net. Thank you, Pete. Is that the thing? Have people used it? Is it good? I don't know. It looked cool. It looked on the too good to be true sort of style, but I've seen someone using it, so I think it's good. I also wonder how much like customization you're allowed to do, because I'd like to kind of keep within our kind of design choices and whatnot. Yeah, it's true. He has done it on the show. Amber said, Danny, your left arm is gesticulating way too close to your wine glass. No, it's fine, Amber. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, that wine is delicious. Let's see. There's I can't show my face while streaming Battlefront. Danny. No camera. Hey, Flint Bucket. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I only recently got a PlayStation camera. I think I've used it like a handful of times, but I like it. I think it's good. I always have to remember to turn the microphone off. Sometimes I'm that annoying person who just hear me like eating chips because I forget to turn it off when it happens. Let's see. Corin says you didn't swish it, smell it, or aerate it in your mouth. Poser. Listen. I never claimed to be a sommelier. I don't care that much about the wine. I just know I like to drink it. I do. I'm also really bad at the French accent. Oh dear. I don't know why I'm mouth smacking. I normally don't do that. Anyway. Yay. So now I'm making a belly. These little darts are gonna be what allows this little belly to round out. See? And it's already taken pretty well. Boop. Hold that for a second. The wine is delicious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Watch. Okay, got the clip. Let's have a taste.
Mm-hmm. Bucket. The other two issues are that A, I'm never home, and B, I'm fucking ugly. You'd lose viewers if I was on camera. Nah. Oh, sorry, I missed your question, Flint. What are we making? We have a commission to build a couple of puppets, for a thing, and so we're doing that. So you're doing the douchey minded things.
I'm just tasting my wine.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it.
No, I heard Crown making fun of you.
Oh, good. Oh, no!
What did you do?
Well, because I made everything bigger, the tummy is the right size. So that was just sad. But I got a spare tummy.
You're terrible at your job.
I'm not. I'm good at my job.
Yeah, so we're making 2 commission puppets for a thing that's happening on the internet. We can't talk about it exactly. We might be able to, I just didn't ask, so I don't want to say it unless they wanted to keep it secret, so I think they might. Because it's one of those things that's better if they don't say anything until it's actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you'll find out. Maybe in March. I might be filming it. I don't know. I was told that maybe I would be. Because I film stuff. So I don't know. We'll see.
Alright. Let me see. Sorry. I'm wasting the good foam. I feel bad. Just put that chair anywhere. Hold on. Alright, guys. Because that foam piece made me think of attempts at making Iron Man armor. Oh, really? Cool. Oh, like the hard foam? Yeah, a lot of people use this for armor fabrication for cosplay stuff. We just use it for bodies because it keeps it shaped nice and well. And the tummy is soft because we want it to be all squishy. Alright, so now I gotta eyeball this, which is never good for me. Karn asks, what is the soft belly for versus the hard shell? It is purely preference, because when we designed that this character the first time, we really wanted, or I really wanted him to have like a little squishy belly, because I just thought it would be cute. So like throughout the show that he was designed for, like the guinea pig character could come up and poke him in the tummy, and you'd actually see it without it deforming the rest of the torso.
We talk to the camera, and this is that they see us. So come here. Look,
Art stole a child.
I stole a child. This is my nephew. I wanted him to see the shows. Haven't shown him Perception Check yet. Well, I've shown him clips of it just because he probably shouldn't watch that.
What are they saying?
They're saying they're talking about what he's talking about. What kind of squeak did guinea pigs make? Something like that.
No, I'm making that up.
They just talk to us. Hi, kiddo. They say hi. Then he says hi. Wave him. He waved. You just think I didn't sit him.
Let's see. AJ asks, were either of you a fan of the "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" videos? Yes. Green is not a creative color.
We just read this.
One of my favorite things
Hello,
I've ever
nephew
seen.
person. They're Mitsubishi says. They're saying hi.
Why did I say your name?
Because they don't know your name. His name is Derek, by the way. I didn't say his name. He's still standing here. He's trying to figure out what all this means.
What are you guys doing?
We're making puppets.
Like what?
People like these dudes. I'll show you later when we're more done close to them. We're making them for somebody because they paid us money to make them. Lindy says hi, Derek.
Oh my name?
Says Art can't have youngins on Twitch. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Is that a thing? Is that actually a thing? I don't think it's a thing. I've seen people stream with kids. I saw Patrick Rothfuss stream with his son. It was one of the best and most heartwarming things I've ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh, I wanted to cry. He's like the best dad in the world.
Mr. Aru Tortuga says hello, Derek. Like I said, your face is there.
Oh, that's my name.
That's your name.
See?
He put 2 R's in it.
And now I think to say that.
We're
I forgot. I forgot. Is it you next to me?
yeah. There's just 1 R though. This is what we do. We do shows. We talk to people and they see us on the internet like that.
Oh, Pete says it is a thing. Call it a gray area in terms of service. So.
Well, he's visiting, so I don't think it's that big a deal.
All right.
He's not actually on the stream. See, people watch it on their phones.
13 plus minimum age according to Twitch apparently.
Wait, how do you watch it on your phone?
You just get the app.
How do you get the app?
You just download it.
Huh?
You just download it
Where?
on the internet.
Did you help me download it?
Yeah, I'll help you later.
Oh,
See people talking.
they're getting called out repeatedly. So.
Technically gets it. Well, he has parent permission. Because he's my family. Plus he's standing outside, friends. That's fine. Okay, that's it. That's what I'll show you.
Are you gonna call me when you're done with the puppets?
I'll show you. Well, not today. It won't be done today.
It's gonna be done tomorrow?
In a few days. Maybe next week.
Next?
Yeah.
Darmo says, wait, how is Danny on Twitch then?
What?
Darmo said, wait, why is Danny on Twitch then? So you have to be
No, he just looks like a 12-year-old. The bucket says he got a permission slip. I should get a permission slip. I mean, I did.
Yeah, I know. I get that kids will break those rules, but at the same time, we want our channel to be on for a long and happy amount of time. I don't want to nuke us. I'm reacting to chat, not to you.
Well, I will put my nephew as much as I want, Danny.
Great,
You can deal with it.
great. Community manager, hey.
Danny is. Texas Gold said Danny looks manly. There, Mitsubishi said Danny is tall mentally. He's more like a 14 or 15-year-old. You get to know him.
Great. I have bouts of wisdom though. It's just very deep within my immaturity.
Like right about when they start getting really hormonal.
What? No, finish your sentence before you ask me for something.
Like when they get really hormonal. So either they're really horny or really angry. They don't quite know which one's which.
All right, now what do you want?
The goofies.
Oh, this one. Here you go. It's the open one. Aw, Red Run Queen uses you guys to not feel alone on the walk to the bus. Oh,
No.
that's fine. Yay,
Safety
bus.
wise, we can't do anything for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we could tell somebody to call somebody.
But entertainment wise, we're happy to help.
Tell somebody to call somebody. Goof me up.
Hope
bro.
you're in a well lit street.
Yep. Ah, Pete says Danny is the yang to Art's yin. That's fairly accurate. Let's see.
He's the Doug Jones to my Guillermo del Toro.
I am happy to be that. Let me be your Doug Jones. Gosh, my hero. Oh, there's a new episode of Star Trek for me to watch.
Yeah, me too. Shoot. I think
Well, a
there's
bunch.
2.
You're behind, right?
Yeah, I'm behind. I think I'm.
You're like 3 behind then. I am 1 behind. Queen says, ah ha ha. If something happens, then you'll be the last ones to know my whereabouts. Ah ha ha ha. I don't know why that's funny, but ah ha ha ha. No, wait. Ooh, it's you. Then he says, "Love Doug Jones. Was he the monster in Shape of Water?" Yes, he was. He was also the monster. He was the fawn in Pan's Labyrinth. He was also the Pale Man in Pan's Labyrinth. He was Abe Sapien in both Hellboy movies, and in Hellboy 2, he was like 2 or 3 other creatures, including Death and
There's a lot of things in Pan's Labyrinth.
a lot of things. Man, a lot.
Well, a couple things.
Yeah, he was the fawn and the Pale Man.
That was it.
That's all there really was in that,
Oh,
besides
sure.
like the digital fairies and stuff.
You're right.
No, Hellboy 2, he was a crap
That's what
ton
I
of
was
people.
thinking.
Yeah. He was the guy with like the castle face and a couple other creatures.
Because Billy.
Billy Butcherson in Hocus Pocus. He was Mac Tonight for the McDonald's commercials.
That's right.
He was the Silver Surfer, but not the voice. That was Lawrence Fishburne. He was all kinds of stuff. If you don't know this already, Doug Jones is my hero. I want to be Doug Jones. Everyone else who knows me knows this ad nauseum, so they're sick of hearing it. But I love him. Krun says he's like the Andy Serkis of creepy, skinny, prosthetic monsters. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I also love Andy Serkis for all the same reasons. They're just amazing. And I want to work for the Imaginarium at some point. That's like bucket list job for me. There we go. There's a tummy.
So if you guys haven't seen this before, the way you use context cement for foam, it's like you put it on, and then you wait for it to like dry a little bit. And once it's like dry, like context cement, you put it on both sides and you put it together, and it just sticks to itself.
And waiting is half the battle.
Yeah. Also, make sure in a ventilated room. Or my front door is right there, and we have a fan going this way. This is not the most ideal way. You should probably do it outside, but we're only using like a tiny little bottle, so I'm hoping it's fine.
We'll find out when we start tasting red. Bloop, 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 bloop. There you go. Alright. Well, I wanted to stick my nose in and say hi. Time to go finish watching Man on the Moon. Such an amazing movie. You know, I never saw it.
It's a really good
I
movie.
need to watch it.
Then you should watch the documentary, which is also really good.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
It made me like really, really like Jim Carrey.
I've heard the opposite.
No, because all it's like this whole time you've been crazy. This whole time you've been this weirdo. We just didn't know it, and it's okay because he knows it. Because he explained a whole bunch of how he's feeling and spent where he was in his life through all those moments. You're like, well, that makes sense. I don't mind that he's weird. I mind when he's
I don't mind weird people.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing I heard. But it's like method doesn't excuse douchey behavior.
No, and I just feel like he's always been this weird. It's just he finally sort of kind of let it out, or would become aware of it.
Yeah.
It's really, you can't be that weird and be like that kind of talented.
Yeah.
I mean, normal.
Let's see. How much glue are you applying? Yes. I'm just putting in another little thingy and then just tapping it on.
You don't need a lot. Like one light layer over it goes well. You can sometimes, if you feel like you need extra, you like do a light layer, and then you wait for it to dry, and then you do another quick one. It's not very thick. Like a lot of it goes a long way.
Yeah. And if you're using barge, it's crazy because it looks like there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to kind of like finger test it a lot. Doug Jones is listed to play Nosferatu in the 2018 upcoming version. Hell to the yes! I'm so excited if that is true. I want that to happen. He played a Nosferatu-like vampire in an independent project recently that I still haven't found or seen. I really want to find it.
No?
Yeah. He also did like a Slender Man style creature in another independent film not too long
He did
ago.
the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Was that him, right?
Did they remake that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, and he's the dude in the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Oh, shit.
They remade it, but it was weird because they digitally put everybody into the movie, and they used a lot of the original backgrounds.
Oh, cool.
So they're
That's
like,
interesting.
yeah. So it's weird, but it was kind of cool.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Darmo. I also have some issues with Star Trek Discovery. Well, we won't talk spoilers because it's not caught up. But overall, I enjoy it. I think it's a fun show. And right now, since I'm concurrently watching it with Deep Space Nine, I'm like, it's better than that, so it's fine. And then let's see. Red Queen, you better not mind weird people. No, I love weird people. Weird people are my people. I'm weird people.
Yeah, I mean the new Star Trek isn't perfect along the lines of all the other Star Treks,
Yeah.
but I still like it.
I think its ethics are bent in a way that I don't appreciate. You know, like because I feel like Star Trek was very much like a moral compass to me as a kid growing up, and
Yeah.
this new one is a lot more like we're gonna be gritty and edgy. I'm like, no, that's not what that's about.
But at the same time, if they just made old Star Trek again, would you be bored of it? Nobody would watch it.
That's not true. I watch the shit out of it.
Well, you would, because Jen and I would too. But like the people who need to watch it so they can continue making shows
That's true.
wouldn't watch it, and that's unfortunate. But it's not as bad. You know, Star Trek Discovery is not as bad as The Last Jedi is to Star Wars. I want to see if anybody's gonna argue with me.
Wait, what? No, I'm reading all the stuff that Grun wrote. That's not true. What? Oh, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey being a terrible human being.
I wasn't there.
That's true. That is true. We don't know everything.
I like the Orville. I don't know if Danny's watched. Have you watched the Orville?
I haven't watched Orville. I hear good things, but I don't have like TV anymore, so I don't have access to it.
On Hulu.
I don't have Hulu anymore.
Oh my god.
I have Amazon and Netflix and CBS, so I can watch Star Trek.
I like Orville. I was happy that it wasn't just a like Family Guy level of like attempted comedy. Red Creek argues with me about Jedi. But I liked it, and it was cool that it was like it gets a little serious sometimes, and I like that. What kind of everybody says Orville is better than Star Trek show on TV right now?
That's what I keep hearing.
I don't know. I like them both.
Yeah, I mean, I hear like Orville's like a love letter, but still a comedy. You know, kind of like Shaun of the Dead, how it's like a love letter. No, like Cabin in the Woods, right? Cabin in the Woods is a love letter to like all things horror film.
Yeah.
But in and of itself is not the greatest horror film in the world. But it's brilliant.
Yeah, but it's fun. Yeah. Yeah, and I like that they didn't try to be super funny. They did a good job. Come on.
Look.
Oh my god.
This is fine. It's gonna be a pregnant puppet. It's fine.
Nope.
Sure it is. Shut up. Let it be. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Just have to push on it. Yeah. It's about the same. It's a little weird because this one's a little bit bigger, so this one might be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, no.
Bitch, you want to fix it?
I can't anymore. You've ruined it
That's
all.
not true. Heat gun it. Heat gun it. Heat gun it. Me. Krun says mistakes seem to have been made. You better be more professional when Krun orders his puppet, or else. Yeah. Everybody
Well, puppets are fuzzy and randy and stuff, so they don't have to be perfect on the inside. Really.
Yeah, once the fabric's on, you're not gonna know.
Well, I'll know.
Well, we'll all know. We won't see it. We do too. Lots of feelings about the Star Trek. Mm-hmm.
Also, random question: is it weird when we read out loud what you guys are saying and then answer it? I was realizing that like a lot of people on Twitch don't; they just answer it. But we keep going. Linny says, or something. Is that weird? Or is that just what we do?
For me, I like doing it because it's like it's interview habit. I think it helps to have a complete thought. Because if say someone just jumped in and they don't have the previous chat.
I feel like that everybody does that. Like when I watch, I'm in the room watching other people stream. They just answer, and I'm like, who are they talking to?
Yeah.
What is that? What are they? I do it for the people in the room.
Lashko says it feels natural. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
You know what I wish came out that didn't come out? Star Wars Detours, Seth Green's animated show. If anyone knows anyone in production of that show, find me the completed episodes because they've finished like 20 of them. Or
yeah, they just didn't want to. I don't know why. I mean, they put out Last Jedi. Why would they put that out?
Yeah. People seem to like it when we read the thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, they're all agreeing. I think that I was thinking.
My name's Poochie D, and I rock that telly. Half Joe Camel and the third Bonzarelli. Kung Fu hippie from Gangster City. No?
Yep.
Yep.
I was showing you how mine matches.
Yep.
Oh, you fixed it though. Did you just cut it?
Yeah.
Just cut into it?
Wait, what?
Remember this?
Yeah. I just swung around.
Well.
Like that. You were happy 2 seconds ago. Just make up your mind.
Why wouldn't they put out The Last Jedi? No, I hate it. I didn't hate The Last Jedi. I didn't hate it. I just saw a lot of issues with it.
Yeah.
But it's not the issues that everybody else seems to have with it. I had issues with filmmaking stuff in it.
I also enjoyed The Last Jedi.
There were parts that I really liked.
Yeah, there are parts that I loved. There are parts that I hated, and there's stuff in between. The fact that it gave me enough to feel that many ways about it, I'm fine with that. Because I'd rather be talking about it for the next several years. And again, it's better than prequel. Better than any of them.
That's right.
No.
It was a sloppy movie. It was sloppy filmmaking.
It was sloppy.
I'm not mad about the whole plot stuff that they, right? I don't think there's any plot things that I'm like, oh, I'm a nerd and I hate that they did that. And I don't have those issues with it. I have like
the whole Holdo thing. That's the only thing I still have issue with. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and
stuff like other stuff where it's like, oh, they didn't win, but I'm fine with heroes losing every night.
yeah, and that's fine.
Cool.
And like stuff that like choices they not necessarily the choices that they made, but it's how some of the choices were made. I don't want to say it because I don't know if I've ever seen it. Somebody just said they haven't seen it, and just stuff.
Oh, sorry for spoilers. Oh, question. So, how do you, Blashko asks, how do you control the puppets? I see they have 2 limbs plus a moving head. Do you use your feet or something because you guys only have 2 hands? Nope. So you have your hand in the head, like so, and the body, like, well, body, head, that's not really a thing. Arms come off the body, duh, I don't know why I'm doing all this. But basically, in the wrists of the puppet, you have an arm rod each hand that comes down, and then you'll either cross them with this hand and control like that. So it's like to push out this one, you do that. To push out that one, you do that. To open them both, you just kind of release and push them forward. Or you can hold them at the dowels at the bottom and do all that stuff. My hands are super dirty, otherwise I would go grab like a puppet and show you. But I don't want to ruin a puppet. I'll explain again. But I mean, it's yeah. And then depending on that's what we do because we have to for space. But sometimes on a shoot, you'll be doing your own left hand. Somebody else will come in and do the right hand. But we've been trained to do both ourselves. Oh, hey, here's one. I don't care if my hand's dirty in this one. This one's been touched by children. Ew. Amber asks if we're still going to be streaming when she gets back.
I have no idea.
I don't know where she is or when she gets back.
She goes
So-
home. Like, do you want us not to be streaming when you get home?
We could stop. Okay, so yeah, so here's that. Move the mouth, the head, and everything with your wrist, blah, blah, blah. Here's the hands. These ones don't have, like, bones or anything. But you
It's
can
like
see-
super basic puppets.
Yeah, super. These are good, like, training puppets. So if I wanted to, I'm gonna bring the left hand out, boom, right hand out, boom, open, close, open, close. The main trick is that you want to keep your rods in line with your puppet's body, because if you're over here and you try to open it, like, they're just gonna fall down like that and look super gross. You don't want that. So you gotta reach across and do the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the hard part is just getting used to working with 2 arm rods.
Yep.
Yeah, and they, like Lenny says, the arm rods are really hard for beginners.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a long time to like be able to do stuff with both hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes usually you can just drop a rod and do
Yeah.
one stuff with one hand.
Yeah, like that. It's cute. Well, this is how useful I am right now.
Hello, little everybody.
Drum solo. You gotta use your feet with that signal. Nope. Just a lot of wailing. I had to build new rods because of that. Let me show you. Let me show you the rods I was using.
Okay, come back.